Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback. It's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribed to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already hit that notification bell, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. All right, now, let's check this out here, right? Wack 100 is saying now that everything he put out there talking about Big U was a lie, right? He's also putting it out there that everything Luce Cannon has been talking about has been a lie, right? And now that everybody is looking at this for what it is, that Wack 100 is working, he's trying to change the narrative, right? He wants everybody to look at it different than what they already presented this shit, right? He's saying he talked to Luce Cannon all the time, right? And I done played the call for y'all, whereas though Wack 100 was on Clubhouse, right? And he literally said he knew that Dale was working with the feds and that he had Luce, him, and Dale on the call all at once and never let Luce Cannon know. Facts. So Wack wants us to believe now that he needs to watch what he says with his content, because he says that people send him content all the time, right? And 3 minutes later, he'll just come out with the content. He doesn't review and see if it's real or if it's fufafi like they are. He just puts the content out. So now, are we supposed to believe anything he says when he's already showing us that his credibility is in the basement? You done let us all know that your credibility is shot. And when I watched the interrogation / interview that him and Adam did, right? It let me know Adam, when he got questioned by the feds, they told Adam, hey, yo, we need you to get all the information out of Wack. We need him to talk about some of these things that we've been wanting to know that Wack has been talking about on different podcasts, right? And I gotta be real. I think the feds asked Adam way more than for a cease and desist letter, right? And Wack think he's so smart. Literally, he think he's so smart. But I gotta be real, man. Adam is smarter than Wack. Playing him like a fiddle, just how he's doing Luce and other jokers. Adam is playing Wack on a whole nother level. And Wack can't even see, I guess, you know? But I do gotta say, right? Adam calls Wack out. Even though he doesn't, drilling, but he gets certain things out. And Wack feels uncomfortable at times, and he goes into the same mode when Adam is calling him out like, you a dummy, you weird. And Adam addressed it as in, the name calling makes you look even more guilty. Facts. You calling names when somebody's identifying something that you did that makes you look suspect, only lets everybody know that you're guilty. And we all know Wack is working. I think at this point, there is no confusion to it, right? Because you done put your hand out there trying to go at Big U, and he literally thinks that he's going to be able to spin this back the other way by saying everything he said was a lie. And if you pay attention to Wack, right? Now he talking dirty about the family of Rayshawn Williams. The nigga talking dirty. Hey, listen, man. They calling me. Listen, y'all lying. Y'all asking me for money. Y'all broke. Y'all saying y'all don't got a place to stay. Y'all sleeping in the car. All that shit, right? And then lets Adam read the text message and says, oh, okay. So they don't even know when the child died. They got the years wrong, right? And they calling me to get this information out. I know they lying, right? But Wack said they was putting all this shit on TikTok. They was putting it all on the TikTok, and it's public internet information, and this is why he's elaborating on it. Facts now. See, now you gotta understand, Wack is backpedaling, right? Because we all know Wack is working. Straight facts. But he's not working for every agency. He has a handler, right? So when he goes outside of his zone and a federal agency picks up on some of this shit that he's been doing, knowing he's been running with Big U, doing certain shit, you know, Rich Homie Quan said it. Yo, you gotta check in. I talked to Wack and Big U. So y'all was running at the same exact time on this same type time. Now, you so threatened by Big U, you wanted to put the pressure until they got him, right? And you used Luce Cannon to get him. And now that he's locked up and you know it's looking real shaky for him, right? Your job is done. Now you think you gonna be able to come back to the internet and twist the people's brain and make them think that you just lied about everything. The person that called you with all these messages, the people that told you that the DNA under the nail of the victim was Big U, which you lied about. They said it was inconclusive. But from you saying all this, right? Wack is saying that it was fair game to lie like this to get somebody locked up because Big U said shit about you on the internet, right? And Wack thinks that he has it figured out to be able to manipulate the internet. This is what SBGB TV is going to do. I am going to make sure that it sticks in everyone's head, his character, what he's saying, how he's trying to flip it and make it look a certain way when we all know what Wack said. And you know, Wack thinks because time goes by and he already says something about a certain subject that he can flip it for a current situation and a current conversation and make you forget about everything he said before. We not gonna let it happen. You know, it's up and it's stuck now, man. The world is going to know Wack is working and we are not letting up. We want everybody to look at this for what it is. The nigga's been a compulsive liar, a manipulator, a con artist, and he's been working with the authorities. Facts. That situation that happened outside of No Jumper was orchestrated by Wack 100. Nobody's talking about this no more though. Nobody's saying anything about Marciano being robbed, beat, pistol whipped outside of No Jumper and stripped outside of No Jumper now. And Wack act like this shit just went away because he's not talking about it. No, sir. I really think the feds questioned Adam about that, right? But it's letting Adam not to let Wack know everything they talked about and to get Wack to talk about different things with extortion and more shit. Because Adam was asking him about extortion shit, right? Adam was acting like, yeah, you've been around Big U, and you know, he questioned him about, have you ever seen Big U do anything? All the things that you talked about with Luce Cannon on No Jumper, right? It seemed like you wanted him to talk about these things. Wack admitted that he did want him to talk about it, but he felt like it was trolling, I guess, and Luce Cannon was lying about everything. Come on, man. So this is how I guess Wack has Luce Cannon fooled at this point, right? Hey, man, I ain't say nothing, you know. I'm with you, nephew. I know you was lying. I know you was trolling, right? But you gotta understand this, man. You can try to trick the people, but you can't trick the people that do this for a living. And that's facts. The feds did not bring this indictment without having evidence, man. And I'm gonna be real. They had more evidence than just Luce Cannon going on the podcast and admitting these things, right? They got Wack 100 lining up the phone call with Dale. You hear me? Hey, Adam, if you watching, the next time you talk to Wack 100 on live, ask him, what about that situation you said on Clubhouse about that phone call between Luce Cannon, Dale, and you that you still got recorded and Luce Cannon was talking wide open? We want to know. You know, I want to hear Wack answer to that shit, because obviously you already knew Dale was telling before that phone call, man. Facts. But you think you got the ability to continue to spin this shit, right? And we gonna go over some points in that interview with Adam and Wack, and we gonna pick out some things, man. We gonna go over some of them things so that we can address it, because the gig is up for Wack. He done destroyed his credibility, and Adam knows it. You hear me? Adam's just using the nigga until the shit is over. He's squeezing all the juice out of the berry. That's all Adam is doing right now. You hear me? Straight up. That's all he doing. He's squeezing the juice out of the berry. Wack 100, his time is coming, man. And we all know he's working, but he's not working for every agency. You hear me? That violent attack that happened at No Jumper, that situation there is going to be the downfall. And I can sense it now. Now I can sense it, because them feds came to talk, and they wanted to talk more about the cease and desist. You can't make me think that, right? When in the indictment, they said in that complaint the no jumper situation. So they say this in the no jumper situation, right? At Adam's place of business. But all they want is the cease and desist letter. Nah, my guy, we not going for that, right? And I'm sure he's telling Wack that, right? So Wack don't get nervous. You hear me? I'm going to tell Wack what I need to keep the nigga calm. Keep him on here talking. Keep him incriminating himself, right? But that situation right there is going to be the one to take him down. Facts. And we all see it, man. You know, we going to get into this in a second, man. Because we definitely got to go over some of those points in there, because Wack really think that he got the ability to come on the internet and act like everything the family said was a lie, and that he knows Big U wouldn't do some of these things, right? When you always said that Big U did this, Big U did that, right? Publicly. But now you think that that's gonna stick? Share this live, y'all. Straight up, share this live. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button and share this video. This shit right here ain't going to work at all. Facts. It ain't gonna work, man. This nigga tried. He tried it today. But we gonna go through this shit here and we gonna debunk everything. Facts. And I looked at it and I watched this motherfucker. I watched the whole joint. I said, oh shit. Wack think he that slick. Your credibility's damaged, Wack. It's over. You hear me? The credibility is over. The people see you for who you are. And I've been screaming this shit. I've been letting the people feel it. My shit sending vibrations out that motherfucker now. Because the lying, the manipulating you've been doing is about to catch up to you, my guy. Facts. Marciano and Jay Reed, they didn't deserve none of that shit at all. They didn't deserve none of that shit, right? And you think by you coming to the people, right, to say what you saying is gonna convince the feds, the DA, prosecutors that you didn't do nothing, huh? It was all a lie, huh? Okay, I think you bit off more than you can chew this time, Wack. Facts. You bit off more than you can chew, my brother. Straight up. And this shit here, I've been saying this shit over and over and over and over. That the feds is coming. You a liar. You capping. You manipulate shit. And I've been pointing it out. All facts now. In this interview right here, let me know that Adam knows that it's more to come for your ass. And you just don't understand it. You think Adam is the dummy. Nah, nigga. You the dummy. Facts. And all Adam is doing, I gotta be honest, is doing the same exact thing to you that you was doing to Luce Cannon to put him out there. It's like a domino effect now. The same shit you was doing to Luce on the live to get him to talk, Adam just did the same thing to you today. You know, and I know, right, that they're watching No Jumper episodes all the way live. The feds is watching them every time. Pay attention to the line of questions Adam asked you. Facts. Adam asked the questions that had you bouncing around. Adam asked those questions now that had you bouncing all all the way around, my nigga. And ain't no getting out of this, yo. Facts. And we gonna go through it, man. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me. You hear me? If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Share this video, man. They about to pick Wack up soon now. I was thinking that they not gonna get Wack. Nah, they gonna get Wack, man. Because I told y'all, right? The feds will allow you to do a lot of shit, but they not going to allow you to lead with violence. And if you remember the movie In Too Deep, right? When Omar Epps was out there busting that strap, he bust around dude. You hear me? He made sure nothing hit the dude. Niggas was like, yo, you can't aim right, nigga. What? You can't aim. Because he knew if he would have popped the nigga, they was gonna lock his ass up. Straight up. Jay Reed and Marciano got beat. You hear me? Mars got beat the worst in a fucked up situation. And y'all heard Turtle Soup come on here and talk about it, right? Damn near attempted murder now. Straight up. Do you think that they are going to allow attempted murder happen to somebody and don't nothing happen? Let's be fucking real. Do you think that attorney generals are going to allow someone to be attempted murder and they don't do nothing about the shit? Come on, man. We all got common sense with that shit. You hear me? Everybody. We all have common sense. All this shit that Wack 100 is doing, right? To try to spin the narrative, to make people believe what he want. That shit going down, man. It's going down. It's going all the way down. This shit don't hold that value that it used to, right? People watching to criticize him now. You hear me? But those things that he was able to make people believe what he was saying, that shit is over, man. Straight up. And then listen, we definitely gonna get into this, man, because Luce Cannon says that he asked the guards. I want y'all to understand this shit, right? The guards are there to do a job, right? They're there to monitor inmates. They don't have the fucking power to shut your phone calls off as if the attorney generals do. They can shut them off if they want, right? But the attorney general, the nigga that is prosecuting the case, the prosecutors, them motherfuckers there, they got all the power to send one button. Boom. Send it to the judge. The judge shut your shit off for real. Luce Cannon is telling Wack 100 that they got permission from the COs. And Wack will say he know all this shit about the law and he knows how the feds and the points and all this shit. But you didn't pay attention to that, Wack? You didn't pay attention that the prosecutors are prosecuting a case with a big Rico. Luce Cannon is implicated in robbing a dispensary with a strap now and reporting back to Big U with the situation. And you know as well as I know that Dale got on your phone to corroborate the story with Luce Cannon, but you acting like you don't believe it happened. How the fuck is that, Wack? That shit don't even make sense. You've been doing this shit for so long, and you've been doing it, and like you say, Wack, they stupid. You tried to switch it up the second time when you talked about it today. Oh, everybody else in the world is dumb to you. And I see this shit now. All the human beings in the world are dumb to Wack 100. I see this shit. He think everybody's dumb. Don't nobody got as much sense as Wack 100. You know you done fucked up now, Wack. I want to tell you this, bro. You know you done fucked up now. You talked too much. You implicated yourself in too much shit, right? You thought you had an invisible past, but y'all beat up Marciano bad. Pistol whip, rob, strip. Serious. He was in the hospital for months. He gotta go through therapy to try to get his shit together. Straight up. And you think that the DA, they don't want nothing to do with this? You think that the prosecutors don't want to prosecute the case and it's on video? Hold the fuck up. Knowing that you was on the phone with Jay Reed, you instructed him to come up there, right? You was out to dinner with him. You got pictures with him. But you think that by you coming to the internet and telling the people that don't have a law degree, right, what happened and why it happened, that it's going to trick the people that do this shit for a living. You got to be one of the stupidest motherfuckers ever, Wack. Straight up. This is why I say, nigga, you're not smart at all. Facts. You are not smart at all. You seem smart to the Clubhouse minions. Yes. Those people you are smart to because they don't have fucking common sense. And whenever somebody comes in there with common sense, you try to flip the shit. You try to flip it, and then you start saying certain key words that you've been saying for years. You weird. You don't know what you talking about. You stupid. You can't read. All this shit, right? When we all seeing this shit. And I'm convinced, though, now that they are going to get you eventually. I was thinking on the fence, man, he a confidential informant. They never going to get him. Nah, nigga. You led this situation with violence. And I've been saying this shit the whole time. Yes, you can be an informant and you can get away with a lot of shit, but you cannot lead as an informant with violence. Even the police themselves, the real police, even though we know you working with them, right? If the real police, the ones that out here fighting crime, do something in a criminal manner, even though they done locked hundreds of jokers up, if they do something in a criminal manner that's violent to someone, they get locked up too, right? Let's be real. They go to fuck the jail. So what makes you think that you have the ability to come on the internet daily and weekly, right, and talk about shit and act like this shit at No Jumper never fucking happened? The shit outside, out there where Adam said these guys came here for you, Wack, what makes you think that shit just gonna go away? And this is one thing that I haven't done, y'all. I haven't let it go. Everybody done switched topics. They done talked about different things with Wack, said Wack this and Wack that and all that shit. I never let the No Jumper situation go. I always made sure everybody remembered that the No Jumper situation happened. Straight up. I never let anyone know or forget about the No Jumper situation. Straight up. I don't want nobody to forget what happened out there. Wack 100 was a part of that, right? Luce Cannon, his minions, right? And y'all all going on lives and talking and shit. You know, everybody want to talk. Everybody want to talk like it's a joke. Like, these prosecutors are going to sweep that under the rug. Hell no. They're not sweeping that under the rug. Think about it now. They're not sweeping that under the rug. And that's a fact. And you gonna see why Adam made sure that he asked a hell of a lot of questions. And it had you backpedaling. And guess what, Wack? You live and swear by Adam and Vlad, right? But you'll destroy the shit out of your own people. Adam and Vlad, they care about themselves more than they care about you. They don't give a fuck about you. This is content, dummy. Straight up. You are no importance to either one of them. They'll find another dummy just like you to do content with. Facts. You think you that special, huh? You tried to fuck the man's business up outside. Straight up. You invited those people to come to No Jumper. You set the situation up and everybody was recording from you lining it up. Straight up. And this is a fact. This ain't no bullshit. Luce Cannon would have never moved without your fucking order. And that's real rap. That shit was all your order. No facts. Straight facts. Excuse me. That was all your order. So now, don't you think that the feds, the police, they done dissected this shit? You hear me? They done dissected this shit to the T. This is why they taking their time. And I'm telling you, they're about to come down with the indictment. We gonna see if the big Pyru escapes this one. Facts. Now let's check this shit out, y'all. We're gonna check this shit out together, man. Facts. This shit is ill, boy. Adam knows that Wack 100 is a sucker. You hear me? I gotta be real. Adam knows that Wack 100 is a straight sucker. And this is how he treats Wack. Wack's under contract and you think you really got something going on, man. You got lined up too. You tried to line Luce Cannon up, right?
I have something.
You tried to line Luce Cannon up, literally now. And you got lined the fuck up too. And we seeing this shit, y'all. We all witnessing this shit. Straight up. Everybody witnessed this shit. Adam did a good job. Fuck it. You know, get him on the chopping block, man. That nigga ain't no good to us. Facts. Wack ain't no good to us. Put him on the chopping block, man. Get him the fuck out of here, man. You ain't got no love for your own people. The people you got all the love for is gonna throw your ass under the bus. The process has already started, man. And we can see it. The process has already started. And the line of questions here is ill. I said, okay. Adam, see what it is. They done told Adam, nigga, listen, you about to be implicated in this shit. We need Wack to talk some more. It's a reason why the week that they supposedly just asked for the cease and desist letter, right? It's a reason why Adam asked these questions. If we being real, you know, from my thoughts, from my experience, it's a reason why. And Adam made sure that Wack felt super uncomfortable. Facts. Straight up.
I was already up there having a conversation. Again, he pulled up. See, y'all got it. This was crazy. When it
You know, like I'm watching Rich Homie Quan, and he's talking about how when rest in peace, that when he had to come to LA and check in, that it was like you and Big U, sort of two men in the situation.
We was having a conversation
about checking in.
Started off real raw.
I was already up there having a conversation. Again, he pulled up. See, y'all got it. This was crazy. When it come to me, you motherfuckers seem to catch amnesia when somebody's telling the story.
Nah, ain't nobody catching amnesia.
Said he landed at LAX. Whoever picked him up, whoever he was with, told him we need to go to Crenshaw High. He said, oh, okay, that's the blue side. So I don't know Rich Homie Quan. I don't know. I just know him from, I really knew his mama.
You were at the football game talking business with Big U.
No, we were in the parking lot having a conversation. He pulled up.
To check in.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, that ain't my neighborhood.
Right.
So he ain't.
You see how when something is addressed that Wack knows he's gonna like really on the spot incriminate himself, he deflects. It's not my neighborhood. But you was out there, right? You was with Big U at that time. Y'all was solid then. But it's not my neighborhood. So people only check into you at your neighborhood. Yeah, okay.
Pulling up for me. It wasn't like we were scheduled to meet Rich Homie Quan that day.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So he pulled up and I seen him and I never forget it. I'm gonna tell you why I remember it. Because at the time, I used to confuse him and Young Thug.
Okay.
Right?
Typical unk mistake of that era.
So when he pulled up, they all got out the car, everybody dapped each other up. You know, I'm kind of like letting them do their thing because whatever he come to do, I don't know what he came to do. And he didn't lie. He wanted him to go out there, I guess, with the kids. You know, on the football field. You know what I'm saying? You know, the kids in the ghetto, they don't see a lot of that shit. And that was all that was. But
you know, the kids in the ghetto, they don't see a lot of that shit. You gotta listen to him, man. I think this the year Wack is always done, man. They done with him. It's over. You hear me? They done with Wack.
Him saying that, I think he added to the conversation saying, you flew in here and you staying here and staying there because those elements don't fit what he was there to do. That's kind of like, you kind of like issuing a threat. You know what I'm saying? When you telling somebody you staying here and your driver is this person and this, that, it's kind of like, you kind of like issuing like a side and like,
y'all hear this shit, right?
But I think he added that to it. And that's a conversation we need to have today.
Hey, listen, he gonna say, I think he added that to it. What type of nigga is going to add something like that to a conversation when it's directed towards him? Who the hell Wack think he be talking to, man? Straight up, who is going to add that to a conversation when it's directed towards him? Facts.
That a lot of these podcasts and when people get caught up in conversation, some of it be tainted with some real shit, and then a lot of it be tainted with some bullshit.
You're saying people make up stories, inflate stories to make them crazier?
Think about it. You land, right?
Yeah.
Whoever he's with already done had conversations with Big U. Bro, we come in, we gonna pull up on you, right? So me knowing him, he like, what time y'all get in? Hey, bro, we coming that way. What time y'all get in? Cool, pull up on me. I'll be at practice with the kids.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing it play out. That'd be cool for the kids. Nephew could come over here and, you know, come out there for the kids, right? This had to been 2015-ish era.
And he was rolling with Big U airtight. 2015, that nigga was rolling with Big U airtight, right? Because he said they got 17 years in, right? And they just fell out a couple years ago now. You was with Big U airtight, and Big U been talking about checking in for years, nigga. Big U said, if you don't check in, we'll check you in, nigga. Straight up.
Yeah.
Something like that. So if he actually came in, right, and went straight to Crenshaw High, jump out, Big U like, oh shit, y'all really here. What's up, nephew, whatever. I bagged up, what's up, homie, what's up? Now he knew who I was. At that time, I remember, I confused him with Young Thug. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right?
Pay attention to Wack. He's always playing like, I don't know what's going on when something's directed at him. And we gonna play the little clip with Rich Homie Quan saying what he said in a second. But check this out. Share this video. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Y'all know what it is.
He said, yeah, man, you cool with going out here, you know, with the kids. You know, they out there, you know, they gonna go crazy. They fans. He like, yeah, sure, cool. So he went out there and walked with the kids and they did their shit. So why in that situation would a person go having a conversation about motherfucker know who you staying at, who your driver is?
I think it's at least in part because
it don't even make sense.
Much like Big U,
So you mean to tell me, right, that this man, and Wack knows that the man is dead, R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan, that he can't speak for himself, right? So Wack knows this shit, right? So what Wack does is he tries to make it like, oh, well, why would this happen and why would that happen? When it came out the man's mouth, letting it be known that I had to check in and niggas said all this. Can we really be real? Like, come on, man. This shit is ill. Straight up. Let me see. Hold on. We gonna play this shit. We gonna play this shit, y'all. Facts. We gonna play this shit, y'all. Facts.
You
hear me? And you know I appreciate all y'all that rock with me, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video.
What's your favorite thing about being in the city?
Hold up. We're gonna play this little part.
Being so political and the politics out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one spot I don't play. Like,
they said it's more dangerous right now with
Hold on.
Right? You hear him, right? He said the niggas knew where he was at, what time he flew in, who had his bags, and everything. But let Wack 100 tell it, man, it ain't happen like that. Now this shit didn't happen like that, right? Because Rich Homie Quan ain't here to defend it, right? When the nigga said this shit, but now it ain't happen like this, right? Nah, they never do that. No, I can't believe that. Wack 100 is a liar. He's the type of person that only wants shit to fit whatever narrative he's trying to address to people, right? But he's a compulsive liar. Straight up, dirtbag, shice bucket. That's him. Facts. And we know this. Straight up.
You've kind of gone into detail about a variety of situations that a lot of people are conflating with extortion at this point.
What do you mean by that? What you mean?
It's been supposed, and we don't have to get into the details of every single one of these situations, but it's been, you basically said in the past that Oscar De La Hoya was paying to not have his nude photos or zesty photos released.
Stop right there.
It's been said that you were talking to Nipsey's family about the gay tapes of him not coming out. I don't know if there's money involved in that.
Listen to this
It's been suggested that maybe Kim Kardashian at one point or Kanye, that they were doing stuff for you so that you didn't release more sex tapes of her.
Okay. Now, let's start with the first one.
And when Academic tried to bring up some of this stuff on the podcast, you got very irate and you were really kind of screaming at it.
Because y'all dumb.
See, right there.
You're a dummy too. I gotta call you a dummy.
Okay, but
because I'm gonna show you.
But starting with the name calling makes you look more guilty.
No, I'm gonna show you why. Oscar De La Hoya.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to the conversation, I clearly state this is what the attorneys worked out.
Mm-hmm.
See, the minute the attorneys are involved, right? This is not extortion.
This how the lies
This is
start.
a business deal. Oscar then talked about it openly on Club Shay Shay.
This is him. The lie. You hear me? We all know Wack was trying to get paper from the situation. This is his game though, right? Just how he tried to get paper from the Larry Hoover interview out of Jay Prince. But that shit didn't work. Jay Prince noticed this nigga's a rat.
Right? So the minute you get attorneys involved, see, if you have something, right? That's yours. It's yours. And you got the consent to have it.
Okay.
And you like, hey bro, check this out. This is really pertaining to you. Hey, attorney such and such, contact his attorney. Tell him if he wants to take possession of this shit, right, to where I don't use it, let me know, right? He calls his attorney. They negotiate what they negotiate. They draw up their paperwork, right? He never one time talks to Oscar De La Hoya, right? There's never conversation between the two. The minute you get attorneys involved in these type of situations, that's not an extortion, right? So we're going to Kanye next, right?
Sure.
This started on Bootleg Cab, did it not?
I don't remember.
Bootleg Cab said, what's up with these extra tapes I've been hearing about?
Adam don't believe nothing he's saying, man. Adam don't believe nothing Wack's saying. He doing the same shit, right, that Wack did to Luce Cannon, right? And Wack is getting the taste of his own medicine and he getting what he deserved, man. Straight shice bucket. Facts. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Share this video.
I said, yeah, it's a couple extra tapes. He like, what you gonna do with them? I said, we would never do anything with them but give them to Kanye. That's what we're saying, right?
Okay.
You can pull it up.
You hear what he said? Okay.
Right? So
listen
guess
to
who calls
Adam.
me?
Okay.
The Kardashians.
Kanye.
Or Kanye, okay.
What? What up,
Don't
bro?
believe him.
Man, I seen boom, boom, boom. Yeah, is that real? Yeah. Well, how could I? You said, okay, cool. I'm gonna put you with little bro. Y'all, you know. Yeah, send him to the airport. Bro, grabbed it, drive, went to the airport, gave it to him.
Okay.
What do you see? Where's the extortion?
Maybe some of that stuff is.
You see what I'm saying? Wack think that the people that do this shit for a living, that solve cases day in and day out, that they have a team of prosecutors that investigate shit like this, he think that they don't have a clue of anything what this dude is saying.
Is above board, but I think that a lot of people are assuming that if you were doing all this type of stuff, then maybe you were also hitting up the food vendors outside of Crenshaw High like Big U.
No, stop right there. What type of stuff have I done? Everything I just laid out to you was either it was a business deal or it was a man keeping his word and just saying, here.
But you realize most people don't monetize their life in such a way. I'm not saying that there's anything inherently illegal about it, but most people don't obtain sex tapes and then profit off of not releasing them, lawyers or otherwise.
No, the profit came after the initial release. That shit been out since like 03.
Which, the sex tapes?
04, yeah.
Well, the original one, yeah. But you supposedly had more.
Yeah, but again, and then Kanye went.
You see how he starts stuttering and shit? You supposedly had more. You got more tapes running the extortion game on a nigga. And you did it publicly.
Went on a show and delivered the drive. Has anything ever come out?
Not yet, but Kim K's an op now, right?
She ain't my op. She ain't ever did nothing.
No, she's Kanye's op, and you're Kanye's homie, right?
Well, that has nothing. That's his ex-wife, bro. That's the mother of his kids. But if you look at the Bootleg Cab show, when he asked me about it.
He seems very upset with her.
No, when you asked me about it, he said, bro, what y'all going, y'all can make, I said, we would never do that, bro. Like, and at this time, I wasn't even, I knew Ye, we talked to her.
And I want y'all to pay attention to this shit, right? Wack always says what we won't do. We would never do that. Always implicating other people to be involved in what he's doing that's illegal. You got this tape and that tape, but we won't put it out. We won't do this. It's always we. Pay attention to that shit.
On the time, right? It wasn't no like, that's my partner at this time, right? I said, just sitting over in the safe. Like, we ain't got no, that's it. He got kids by her. Like, on some real shit, we'll just give it to him. You wouldn't, absolutely not. Like, he asked me that on the show. Okay. So, Ye called my phone. That nigga called me. Right? Hey, boom, boom, boom. I said, yeah, he said, I seen it. That's real? I said, yeah. I said, how could I get it? I said, I just had a little bro bring it to you because I don't want to have that discussion with him because that's his, you know what I'm saying? That was his wife.
So there was never a time where Big U said to you, hey, this weed shop, they owe me 20 grand. Can you go grab it?
I never did that type of business with him. I'm gonna be real.
No, you're not.
I've never ever seen him personally. I've never seen him take nothing from nobody.
Okay.
I got a lot of people that's close friends of mine that I may see once every 6-7 months.
Right.
I don't run with nobody every day. No human being do I run with every day.
You were doing your own business with him.
I had my trucking business going on, my music business going on, my real estate business going on. Y'all got to remember, we was trying to bring him into the fold to help him find a lane for him. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
You trying to bring him into the fold, but somehow y'all got to beefing because he found out you was working with the authorities, right? And now you was so proud to get him locked up. And now that he locked up, you saying you didn't mean none of that shit. All the shit you was doing before he got locked up, it was just trolling. I don't think he did this. I don't think he did that. I was never a part of him for nothing. You said this nigga did this shit for years. So you mean to tell me he just start doing this criminal shit after he stopped fucking with you? He never did anything with you. It was only after. Yo, and listen, this is why I tell y'all, the people that do this shit for a living, you can't pull that shit over their eyes. Straight up. This nigga here is working. He's a liar, a manipulator, a backstabber, bastard.
That's all that was. We was positioning the table, different Crips, Bloods, of Power Rules from different sections, right, that we feel could be a voice, a prominent voice on the West Coast who wanted to be part of the music industry. Those of us that had certain plugs and connections, right?
So you were trying to bring him more above board.
That was our only movement, right? And everybody would tell you, the dudes from Long Beach, if you pull up Bridging the Gap, that's Wack bringing K Slay out here because we had lost all our radio out there. Me and K Slay built the bomb, but I didn't keep it to myself. I brought him out here, took him to all the different neighborhoods, allowed the rappers to exchange numbers with Slay, and then they built with Slay. They did mixtapes and did shit, and boom, so vice versa. So when Slay needed things for Papoose at the time out here, it was just a phone call and we made it happen. So we was trying to rebuild the bridge that should get burned down. Because at this point in time, it was...
Wack can't be trusted, man. I'm telling you, it's all coming out. I think his credibility is shot. I literally think Wack's credibility is shot throughout the entire world. He can't regain this. You understand what I'm saying? Out of all the times that Wack was able to manipulate people, you know, different situations come out that stuck on him. I think from what he's doing now and what he did to get Big U and Luce Cannon locked up, and Luce Cannon can't even see it yet, he can't come back from this. This shit here is going to stick like no other. Facts. Straight up, man. And I want y'all to check this shit out here. We're going to check this part out right here. That shit some ill shit, boy. Wack is a dirtball, man. Straight up. Straight dirtball, man. And from what we see, right? He think he got the ability to spin it now. Now he want everybody not to look at it how he was pushing it. He think he got that much control now to make it flip to, I don't know what was going on. Everything was a lie. Nah, you ain't got enough media team to do this shit the way I'm gonna push this shit, Wack. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You don't got enough media team to do it. I'm gonna make sure you can't do it. Fuck that.
One, I believe, 5 years ago.
A backpack?
You was hanging with Big U late night somewhere. He gave you a backpack, a white one.
A white backpack.
You had a red hat. He said you're the only white boy.
You saw that?
With a red hat. Right?
That was at the T.I. and Young Thug video shoot, which now, in retrospect, I'm thinking, what kind of arrangement was struck that would allow these guys to shoot this video?
We put him
here?
with T.I.
That was in Hollywood, too. So
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
what I'm saying is, like, even that's a plug that come through us. He's
Right.
a Muslim brother. If you go back, I did an exclusive spray ground run with red spray ground back with Game. We did the giveaway at all the shoe palaces.
I'm
right?
surprised that Big U didn't make me pay to wear that red hat.
Nah, he was just bullshit. He don't care about no gang banging like
You know
that.
where that was, though? That was at that one studio.
That nigga said he don't care about no gangbanging like that. All the negative shit he said about Big U, now he's like, nah, Big U ain't like that. After you get the man locked up, right? And you pushed. You was the one that said that the people was coming by the end of March, beginning of April, and they came. And now you want us to believe that it was all cap and just magically the people came.
Where everybody makes jokes about it because it was used in one of the Batman movies. It's got all like the panels with the lights
That's on the east
ceiling.
side.
Yeah.
On the east side. Yeah, I know exactly. I filmed over there before. So you got to remember, like, I don't read what I'm reading. I've never seen him operate in that capacity.
Okay.
But that just goes back to the stories you hear. But who is he? Oh, he did boom, 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 boom. So it just looked to me like he went into survival mode and start. I know the dude, the dispensary.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Listen to
I've
this,
done business
y'all.
with him.
Okay.
Like, he would call. I think the last thing I did, I booked Sada Baby for him downtown. But he called me about October. He like, bro, you know what? With you, bro, it was always straight business, man. I give you the money, you make sure the people there, and boom, boom, boom. So, when it comes to weed and all that type of stuff, I shy away from it. Y'all really don't like to deal with it because it's not approved on the Fed side. But
Hey, listen. Hey, Adam. If you listening out there, Adam, he said he know the dispensary dude, right? But he got on there with you and act as if, man, he know him and the dispensary, he don't want to deal with the weed. But he ain't tell you this.
I know the nigga personally. I know Victor One. I know him, did business with him. He was just on my phone. Yeah, I know him. I know the nigga. Nigga named Dale. They call him Monster. Nigga do read dispensary and he book shows. I know the nigga. Now Luce is all the way up. Luce up because they was both just on my phone in October. And Dale was working all the way up into March 15th, March 14th, which lets me know when they was having that phone call, Dale's phone was hot. So, yeah, it's f***ed up. I got the whole call. Call f***ed up. It's bad business. I said and thought about it. I said, and them niggas just called me in October. Twice. October 14th, October 15th. And these niggas was having this conversation. Dale said he had to turn himself in December. He said, what? Big U's hot. He working. I'm not gonna lie. He admitted it. I worked it. I told him Big U been extorting me. That nigga. Wack, when I did business with you, it was real business. Even when I owed your people, you sat out to me and it was fair business. We made a deal, we negotiated, you shook hands, you left. You left me with the people. Whenever I sent you money to deliver orders, you always deliver. But these niggas want to come over here playing with me, right? And him and Luce got to talking about whatever they was talking about. And thinking about it is like, yeah, this is going to turn out up. Because they was just on my phone in October. And Dale and Luce Cannon was wide open with their conversation.
But he didn't say all this to Adam, though. You hear me? He didn't say all this shit to Adam at all. And we gonna play that shit back.
Boom, 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 boom. So it just looked to me like he went into survival mode and, you know, I know the dude, the dispensary owner.
Oh, okay.
I've done business with him.
Okay.
Like he would call, I think the last thing I did, I booked Cider Baby for him downtown. But he called me about October. He like, bro, you know what? With you, bro, it was always straight business, man. I give you the money, you make sure the people there, and boom, boom, boom. So, you know, when it comes to weed and all that type of stuff, I shy away from it. Y'all really don't like to deal with it because it's not approved on the Fed side. But a lot of stuff I'm reading, and some of it I'm kind of like, it's missing some pieces. I can't see him. I can't see Big U shooting a kid in the face that once lived in his house, right? Over a diss song.
Because there has to have been so many different times over the years, even since he's been free, in which he would have had much better reason to clap somebody than that situation.
No,
like that just doesn't seem like it would have risen to the level of being.
Let me tell you,
if he killed that kid, he probably should have killed like 20 other people.
No, listen. Let me tell you what he would do.
Okay.
If the kid had did a diss song, right, and he heard it, at his age, he would have brought one of his little homies over there to fade him.
Right.
Okay, how do I know this? Nipsey dissed him.
Right.
What did he do?
The first song?
He brought one of his homies over there to fade him, right? Or he would have did it, right? But if he little dude, he just gonna bring one of his little homies over there. So this is why. And
that guy is not a threat. The kid, rest in peace, Rayshawn, he's not a threat enough to require killing him. Why don't you just beat his ass? Punch him in the head a couple times to get the point across.
Because I've already disrespected the family, because I'm going to be real. I don't know if you listened to the call.
Listen to this nigga.
Call from these people.
Listen to this nigga.
Right?
Listen to this nigga, man. Listen to Wack, man. This nigga was pushing this shit hard body about how he knew the feds was going to lock Big U up, how the DNA under the nails was Big U's, right? But until Trap Lord Ross pointed it out to him that the DNA was inconclusive and he wanted to go at him, he wasn't saying the shit he's saying now. Check this nigga out, man.
I'm thinking it's some troll motherfuckers, and I'm going to tell you why. First thing, whenever I ask you a question, I already know the answer. I just want to see what you're going to say.
Okay.
So the first thing I say is, yo, when this happened to your brother? She says 2022. I know it was 2021 because I read the shit.
I knew it was 2021 because I read the shit. This is why I tell y'all, man, you cannot talk to Wack 100 and think that he's not going to find a way to make you look bad. This is his main objective. This is his MO with people, man. Piece of shit. These people supposedly came to you and you so cared about them, right? You wanted to make sure that the kid got justice, right? Now you on a show with 4.8 million subscribers trying to make these people look like shit. A straight fucked up individual. And I think Adam knows it, right? But he's making sure this nigga incriminates himself more and more.
Right.
So right then and there, my mind is like, okay, well, let me see where it goes. So then I'm like, oh, what you mean they had to get blood? Like, you know, they swab us before we get out of prison, right? So then she says, they found it under the nails, right? So I'm thinking to myself, motherfucker, if they found some DNA under some nails, and it's this dude,
listen to this.
Ain't no way they letting him run around for 3-4 years,
listen
right?
to this lying.
So I let her keep talking. So she says, my mom such and such, right?
Listen to this lying motherfucker.
So she puts the mom on the phone. So when the mom comes on the phone, I'm gonna show you this, right? She goes into her thing. The mom immediately says, oh no, it's been 4 years. Okay. This one I thought they was really cap. When she says, between me and you, the cops don't want nobody to know, but this, that, and other, right? So I'm telling myself, the cops don't tell no motherfucking body when they coming to pick somebody up.
Right.
Right? So then...
You hear this shit, right? But you push this shit to the entire world. You and 600, hard body. The cops don't tell nobody this shit, right? You trying to backtrack because that nigga on Clubhouse let you know, nigga, you was impeding an investigation, nigga. You trying to work your way out of it. Now you want to go on the platform thinking you got the ability to spin the narrative, right? When we all know this shit came from you. You said the family was on TikTok, running this shit on TikTok, but ain't nobody here until you put it out there. The family don't got a big enough voice and a big enough following if you saying they've been putting it on TikTok for people to pay attention to the way you put it out there. Facts. Lying motherfucker.
I get this text.
Hey, this is Rayshawn Williams' mom. I didn't want to ask you this because I don't like asking people for anything, but I do need your help. Me and my daughter have been homeless for the past 3 months, sleeping in my car. So if it's possible, could you please help me at least get a hotel room for a couple of days? I really do need the help.
So now you know what I'm thinking.
It's cap. It's a scam.
It's cap. It's a scam, right? Yeah. So at this point in time, I'm gonna be real. I watched Big U on about 3-4 occasions.
Listen to this shit.
Go side with some motherfuckers that's running the narrative on me that he knows ain't true. Right? And because it's his voice, it makes it seem like it might be some truth. So I tell 600,
listen to this
bro,
shit.
These motherfuckers is capping. They thought they was gonna run a sob story on me and get some money out of me. The motherfucking sister don't even know what year the boy died, which is odd. Anybody lose somebody that close, you know the time, date.
Yo, this nigga is the worst kind. Now, you said you were supporting. You hear me? You were supporting. I appreciate that, AJ Cruz, for becoming a member. You said you were supporting the family when you came out with all this shit about Big U supposedly having the fingers, the DNA under the fingernail and all this shit, right? Everything you and 600 was saying. Now, you trying to discredit the family and make them look like shit, that they struggling, that they don't got nothing, to try to backtrack and change the narrative of you lining Big U up and you lining Luce Cannon up when it's self-explanatory what you did. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. We gonna break this shit down, man. I gotta play that little part back. This nigga is a piece of shit, man. Facts.
Right. She goes into her thing. The mom immediately says, oh no, it's been 4 years. Okay. This one I thought they was really cap. When she says, between me and you, the cops don't want nobody to know, but this, that, and other, right? So I'm telling myself, the cops don't tell no motherfucking body when they coming to pick somebody up.
Right.
Right? So then I get this text.
Hey, this is Rayshawn Williams' mom. I didn't want to ask you this because I don't like asking people for anything, but I do need your help. Me and my daughter have been homeless for the past 3 months, sleeping in my car. So if it's possible, could you please help me at least get a hotel room for a couple of days? I really do need the help.
So now you know what I'm thinking.
It's cap. It's a scam.
It's cap. It's a scam, right? Yeah. So
Adam is looking at him because he knows this dude is a liar. Adam knows this, man. Adam's using him for content. You know, he definitely gets a lot of content off with Wack. And I know it, right? But this dude knows that Wack 100 is a liar. And you put this story out there and you pressed the line on this shit because you wanted Big U to get locked up. Now Big U is locked up. You know the feds got a solid indictment on Big U. Now you think you got the ability to get online now and change the narrative and nobody's gonna pay attention to what the fuck you did. Nah, Wack. We gonna hold it on you. And we are going to turn it up behind this shit.
At this point in time, I'm gonna be real. I watched Big U on about 3-4 occasions go side with some motherfuckers that's running the narrative on me that he knows ain't true. Right? And because it's his voice, it makes it seem like it might be some truth. So I tell 600, hey bro, these motherfuckers is capping. They thought they was gonna run a sob story on me and get some money out of me. The motherfucking sister don't even know what year the boy died, which is odd. Anybody lose somebody that close, you know the time, date, the year, you know that shit.
Hell yeah.
Right? And I said, as soon as, and the mom is lead me to believe, shh, I'm telling you some exclusive shit. Cause the police not gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you why. You may wanna do something to this dude. So if the police tell you we coming to get him this month, that gives you your flight time to go kill this dude. It's a million reasons why me dealing with life, I'm like, man, ain't no motherfucking police for them.
They gather all this information and they choose to let it out with one massive flood. Obviously the Fed.
Hey, listen, man. I recommend, right, that the mother of Rayshawn Williams go press charges on Wack 100 for recording her phone call. If anybody knows her, tag her. Tell her, go press charges on this nigga because now he wants to go on a podcast with 4.8 million subscribers and make you look like an idiot for telling him the information that he wanted to put out there, I guess, to line Big U up. She should press charges because he illegally recorded her phone call. Straight up. And I mean this shit.
The indictment in the Rolling 60s, this is all shit that they had ascertained over the course of many, many years. They gather it all up, and then they drop it.
Yeah, but so I got a lady, the daughter or the sister, don't know the year the boy was killed. I got a lady trolling, faking like she's like telling me some exclusive shit. So you know what I did? The same way Big U went over there with these dudes with this CS2 back shit, what made it look real, which in the long run is gonna help me because that's a great lawsuit. Like that shit's finna.
So listen to this. So he got a lawsuit in for niggas putting out that he CS2 back. Wack said he got a lawsuit that's in right now because niggas came out and said he CS2 back.
Gonna pay great, right?
You're gonna sue Big U.
No, I would never sue Big U. I sue LA Media World Star because Big U, you notice as of about 18 months ago when I said I'm suing them behind them putting that up, you don't see Big U talking to World Star shit because when World Star doubled back and said, hey, where's the paperwork to support this? He like, I don't got none. We was just, he like, well, dude got a big ass law firm. They coming at us. They not playing. They demanding some serious money. This dude's a public figure.
So this lawsuit is still in the works?
What? This gonna be great.
Oh, shit.
This gonna pay off like 2 of my cribs.
We got a harmonious man on our hands here.
So the same reason why Big U went over there was some shit that he knows a lie and ran the narrative. I thought about it. I said, 600. They lying, talking about this a football kid that used to play for his organization. That ought to strike a nerve with some of them parents over there, right? It ought to piss him off, right? Let's run it up, right? Because at the time, I'm thinking that's cat.
Listen to the lie.
Okay.
I'm thinking, come on, man, you don't know what year the boy was killed. It's your brother. You talking about the police that told you some shit that I know police not gonna tell you. They not gonna tell you for this reason right here. So in my head, there's no way this shit is, and then you hit me up for the money right afterwards, right? So in my mind, it's cap. So we run murder. I'm like, how could I like turn it into content? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's content, right?
As far as I'm concerned, it's content, right? You trying to pin a body on somebody and saying that you know that their DNA is under the fingernails when it came back inconclusive, you mean to tell me that that's content? This nigga is the worst kind. Straight up, appreciate that JR gets bread. Feds would have confirmed he working, he lying. This shit is crazy.
I get 100 calls a day, motherfuckers telling me shit. You heard me listening to some of them in your office. That's just shit coming through random, right? About that. I don't know if it's real or not. So at this point in time, I'm like, all right, Tink runs murder mystery. I'm gonna let her run the murder mystery, read the news shit, and then we're just gonna plug this into it. So here it comes. 600 starts to panic. He says, bro, they like think I got it from the police. I'm like, well, just run the narrative, man. Tell them motherfuckers, shit, don't look at it like that. Look at it like, shit. Why are you looking at it like I'm running the narrative for the police? It could be looked like that I'm looking out for the streets. It could be looked at all kind of ways, right? So now 600, I ain't gonna lie, he got a little nervous. Cause they
Listen to when he talk, man. It's just like a lie. And he talks with a storyline as if nobody recognized this nigga lying.
Start coming at him with the, why you running this shit? You get what I'm saying? This is why I don't know if you noticed, I kind of been going overboard with trying to like take some of the heat off of him.
Oh, 600.
Yeah, because
well, he seems like he's leaning into it. He's riding around with a badge on.
No, but that's what I told him. I said, at this point, bro, the other shit ain't working. So f it. You know, that call with the police saying come down to the station, that's not real.
Oh.
That's his homeboy that recorded something.
Okay.
And he's just playing it. Right. But to the world, it's real. Right? So, you know, at the end of the night, it shocked me when they called me that morning, talking about the feds and all this shit. I was like, and then when I read what I read.
Why would it shock you when you the one that told the entire world that they was gonna be coming by the end of March, beginning of April? Why would that shock you? You are the one. Nobody else in the entire world. You and 600 came to the fucking YouTube space, to the fucking media, internet, and said the feds are gonna be coming with an indictment by the end of March, beginning of April. And they came. Lock Luce Cannon up too. Luce Cannon got lined up by you as well. But you trying to act like you just don't know why this happened. This shit is crazy.
That shit, I don't know that Big U. I can honestly say on some real shit, and I'm treading lightly because
lying bastard.
Now that I know, and the reason why I know the lady's real now, because somebody called me a day ago and said she did a TMZ interview. So I know if Harvey's interviewing somebody, he done did his due diligence on who people are. So I don't.
So just a couple minutes ago, he said it was all cap when he put it out, right? He just put it out for content. It was all cap. Now he's saying because the lady went and did an interview with TMZ, oh, now it's real again. So it's all cap when he put it out, when he said it, when he said the indictment was coming, everybody gonna be arrested. But now that she went to TMZ with the shit, oh man, I know it's real now. This nigga is a lying bastard.
I don't know what the lady looks like, but whenever it comes out, we'll be able to see. This Big U that I'm reading about on the indictment, I don't know him.
You haven't seen him strong arming random people and whatnot.
I actually seen him break himself.
What's that mean?
He would spend his last on the kids.
Okay.
You know how much that dude used to charge the kids?
Listen to him, man.
$100
For what?
to play football.
That's
That
cheap?
don't even cover 20% of what that costs.
Right, that makes sense, yeah.
So what he would do is he would call everybody he knew. Hey, bro, boom, boom. Like, I wrote checks for like, he'd be like, yo, 9U short, 18 shoulder pads and 6 helmets. How much that cost? $2,500. I write the check to Crenshaw Coats, 9U, whatever, right? So the Big U, I know when it come to kids, has always been like, he was on a mission to get a count to how many kids like he could get going to college and shit like that, right?
So if I had asked you a month ago or a couple months ago, what percentage of money that is being donated to Big U and his charity is actually being spent on charitable stuff?
I would have thought 100%.
You would have thought 100%? Wow, okay.
Because now I'll...
Listen to him. Now, it's all for Big U. Big U locked up, facing a Rico, right? Because of Wack 100 pushing the narrative around about Big U, right? By him getting Luce Cannon to go on No Jumper. By him getting Luce Cannon to go on Academics. He couldn't get him on Vlad. Vlad ain't want no parts of that shit, right? And you saying now everything is Big U, man. You know, I don't know this Big U they talking about. This nigga thinks that nobody can see through this shit, huh? This is how he views the world, man.
Side of the football shit, right? Let me tell you what else he does. The kids, you got a kid. I seen this because it's like a continuation school down there or something. I think it's a place where they got the Nipsey basketball court. Okay. I went down there before with him to talk to the kids. There's one kid, he like, yo, man, why you keep fighting? We got you in the continue, why you keep fighting? He like, man, they be talking about my clothes and talking about my shoes, right? And when we left, he said, man, I feel him because, you know, I always had big feet, so I couldn't really get all the different shoes everybody had. So I would see him go in his pocket. Because I remember one day we went to like Men's Land in the Slauson, in the Fox Hills Mall. And we went in there and the shoes, he said, what kind of shoes you want? And the shoes he wanted, they was like $600 shoes. So when we went in there, he told him like, hey bro, these ain't for me. Can you work with me on the price? Because they for a kid that a distressed kid. So I would see him go in his pocket and do that. I would also see him like go buy people's family groceries and shit.
This is
like if you would have asked me, like just one-on-one, like Wack, when I'd have been like, nah, that type of shit he does.
So you're saying
this shit right here, I'd have brought a bet everything on worth that none of that's going.
So you're saying
this nigga said he would bet everything he worth that all the shit that he hollered across the internet for the last few weeks, that Big U wouldn't have done it, right? It was only him trolling. He would bet everything he worth that is not true. Now, you want to say everything positive Big U did for the kids now that you got him locked the fuck up. Yo, this is why I told y'all. I would never rock with nobody like Wack 100. This is why I'm a loner, y'all. Straight up. This is why I'm the way I am. Watching Wack 100 like this, it confirms to me why you have to watch people, because this is somebody that rolled with him for 17 years. You played a major part in destroying the man, and now you want to play like you didn't have nothing to do with it. You wouldn't think that he would be like this. That shit is deep.
You considered him a philanthropist and overall like a guy who was giving, but also not a great businessman and definitely not a master criminal. Because when you look at so much of this stuff, it's like, if you want to embezzle funds from the government under the guise of COVID relief or whatever, I assume there's a way to do it that would not put such heat on you.
Well, this is the thing. I met Big U in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Big U that went to prison, really embraced Islam, and he had already, from my understanding, created developing options from prison.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? His son that played for the Chargers, he was made in prison on a family visit. You get what I'm saying? So the Big U we met, he came trying to understand and figure out some business.
Right.
We didn't meet a Big U gangbanging.
Now, he's letting it be known. Big U was trying to understand the business, right? But Big U found out you was working with them people and got away from you, right? Let the people know, yo, I don't fuck with Wack because he working, right? So you made it your business to find the best way possible was getting to 600 and Luce Cannon to destroy him and send him to jail. Now you acting like none of that shit never happened. This man is acting like literally 2 weeks ago he wasn't on a destroy Big U mission. That's ill, boy.
You know, and that was one of the first riffs at the table. He went on somebody's platform. Breakfast Club, he went to somebody's platform and said, if he would have been out, Death Row couldn't operate.
He said that on Vlad. I was just about to ask you about that.
That was one of my phone lit up. Wack, what's up with this? What's
he said
up with
if
what?
he was free, there wouldn't have been no death row, which is kind of a wild statement.
Crazy.
Because how would he, no matter how powerful he was, how would he have been able to stop Suge Knight, who operates on completely different politics, from signing artists? Now, he did sign a bunch of Crips and whatnot.
You're not hearing me. Listen to me. I told you earlier, I got blowback from how close I was getting to him. First, it was even letting him come to the table of business, because our whole movement was, can't nobody make no money with war going on. So if I got these artists and I'm beefing with you, and every time we do a concert or a club or a video shoot, y'all showing up, shooting it up, and then when we...
Wack is the devil, man. Straight up. Wack is the devil. You hear me? The man causes turbulence constantly. The no jumper situation happened because of Wack 100, man. Facts. Luce Cannon moved off of Wack 100's orders. And he's sitting here trying to explain to people like he's not like that. He didn't do anything. When we all know and we seen it.
Hear you doing something with yours, we doing the same. Ain't nobody benefiting from that. So it's like, okay, you got what artist? Cool. You got so if it came, let's say Big U had T.I., right? But we put him with T.I. If a problem came up with somebody was like, hey, we want to book T.I., or hey, we got an issue with T.I., instead of that individual approaching T.I., they'll just talk to him, and then we'll let Big U go talk to T.I., and they find resolution. So this is why from like 08 to about 2018, 19, you wasn't hearing video shoots getting shot up, niggas getting robbed at the studio. You saw an increase of Crip and Blood concerts through K-Day.
Man, Wack put his foot in his mouth every time he speak, y'all. Everybody's looking at Wack because we know Wack is cooperating. He was enthused about Big U being picked up for a Rico indictment. He couldn't wait, right? And he said F Big U all the way until he got locked up and after he got locked up, right? Effing. This is what he said, right? On the podcast with Adam, Brick Baby, and Luce Cannon. The night before the feds grabbed him, he said, F Big U. Now, the energy has changed because the entire world knows he had a major part in the takedown. So, hey y'all, SBGB TV is not going to allow him to change the narrative and switch the narrative and make anybody think that it's not him the reason why they took Big U down. Nobody. You hear me? We not allowing that shit. We want to make sure, all of us now, over here at SBGB TV, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Share this video. Facts. We not allowing this shit here. We gonna hold it on him. Full court press to make sure that this shit stick. Because him trying to run this foo-fafi ass narrative and make it look like it was all love with Big U and I don't know this person when we all seen it. See, Wack has been able to do this shit for a long time because, yeah, there's been people talking about him, but ain't nobody broke Wack down the way I break him down. Yeah, people talk about Wack and they say this and that about Wack. We know that. But I break it down to the T of the character. Straight up. Facts.
And talked about on podcasts and shit so much that they probably felt like they had to kind of rush in.
But here goes the thing, like, we didn't believe what they was talking about was real.
Right.
You telling me?
Yeah, right. Though you and 600 were, you sat across from me and told me straight up that this was going to happen, and then it happened, and 600 was even earlier on making Instagram videos about it.
We running our narrative off of the record. That we just pressing play.
Right.
Same way he ran his narrative on me when he sat up there with all these other people. Stutterbox called me the other day. He said, "Wag, I feel
you a damn lie. Nobody believes that. This nigga said." Stutterbox called me the other day. Why the fuck would he call you, Wack? For what? Why? The nigga already told everybody, nigga, you are working. Why the fuck would he call you? Man, we gonna play that little part back. That's some ill shit, boy. Wack is ill.
Him in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying?
But a sympathetic officer, detective, or whatever could mention casually.
It's not practical though.
It's not something I would consider normal, but you know, if he felt for the parents, he maybe wanted to kind of tip them off on what was going on.
Yeah, but see, this is the reason why they don't do that.
Yeah.
Because the parent could go tell somebody, and then it comes out. Or they may have the mindset, we want to kill this dude ourselves.
But the feds were probably at least a little bit annoyed because the Rico seemed like it was maybe a little bit rushed. Like they probably would have appreciated a little bit more time to get this together, but instead it's all being talked about on podcasts and shit so much that they probably felt like they had to kind of rush in.
Thing, like, we didn't believe what they was talking about was real.
Right.
You telling me?
Yeah, right. Though you and 600 were, you sat across from me and told me straight up that this was going to happen, and then it happened, and 600 was even earlier on making Instagram videos about it.
We running our narrative off of the record. That we just pressing play.
Right.
Same way he ran his narrative on me, when he sat up there with all these other people, Stutterbox called me the other day. He said, Wack, I feel bad, even though we got our issue.
The only problem with it was...
He said, even though we got our issue, the dude called me and asked me to do that. Because that ain't, Box don't do media. He said, bro, Big U called and asked me to do that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, this fool was really like, trying to run it. He was trying to run a narrative on me. So you got to remember.
You can tell when Wack is lying. Pay attention to how he shakes his head when he's trying to make somebody believe something. I want y'all to pay attention to that. You hear me? This how you know Wack is lying. Talking about Stutterbox called him and he's trying to run a narrative for Big U like the shit wasn't true. I want y'all to pay attention to that shit. Facts.
Straight up that this was going to happen, and then it happened, and 600 was even earlier on making Instagram videos about it.
We running our narrative off of the record. We just pressing play.
Right.
Same way he ran his narrative on me, when he sat up there with all these other people, Stutterbox called me the other day. He said, Wack, I feel bad, even though we got our issue.
The only problem with it was...
He said, even though we got our issue, the dude called me and asked me to do that. Because that ain't, Box don't do media. He said, bro, Big U called and asked me to do that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, this fool was really like, trying to run it. He was trying to run a narrative on me. So you got to remember, right now, you got some people out there, Joe Budden probably being one of them, a few of these other little podcasters that they just said some shit, right? And you probably can say some shit back, but it ain't strong enough, right? But the minute you get some bullshit, whether it sounds true or not, if you get a group of people and this what they pushing it, you're going to run with the narrative. Because 10% of the people, regardless, they can come out and say it's fake. They still going to believe it. 10%, if not more, call me CS2 back every day.
But
hold on.
Because you are CS2 back. You know it, man.
Let's be real, right? Am I right?
People are still rolling with that.
So he ran his play. So when I'm running my play, I'm really trying to antagonize him with his sign-ups. I know football season is coming up. Be real.
Wanting to with the football players.
Bro, once you firing scuds at each other, bro, it ain't about if it's real or not, if it's right or wrong or not. It's just about, is the shit gonna be effective? This is social media, bro. Come on, we sit up here with people to where they be telling their stories and we looking at each other like this motherfucker lying like a motherfucker. But
this is how we feel about Wack. You lying like a motherfucker. We all know you lying. This nigga said he did what he did so he can mess up from the situation with the kids doing the football thing. You didn't want the kids to run and play in the league, huh? You didn't want the little league for the kids to play. So you did this because of that. What kind of sense does that make, man? Straight piece of shit. Facts. Straight up. You said Stutterbox went live on Instagram and said he was tired of Wack going to drown him. Facts. Wack is a sick individual, man. He believes his own lies.
Still ask them questions about their lie that we think, you know why? Because it's interesting to the viewers.
But the only problem is that when you and Luce are sitting here telling me that Big U's about to have this murder put on him, this is coming after the initial allegation that Big U had advanced knowledge that Nipsey was going to get killed. And then even beyond that, Luce sat right here and told me that basically that Eric Holder was about to make a statement. He basically insinuated that Eric Holder was going to tell on Big U.
Listen.
And that Eric Holder was going to get out the next day.
Now,
That's insane.
No, but hold on. Now, when he says this type of shit, right?
Right.
Because they got that, the thing where Big U's watching the live and it says justice for Nip and he starts laughing.
That was damning.
Okay. When Black Sam did his interview, now I'm going to show you how calculated this is. When Black Sam...
Dude lying, man. and he want us to believe this shit, right? But he gonna show us how calculated somebody is. Black Sam, right? But we all know Black Sam don't fuck with him. Facts.
Sam did his interview and kind of like authenticated the DJ Khaled shit, right? That's when Luce Cannon comes with what? Eric Holder's about to tell on Big U.
I think he said that before the Big Sam interview, right?
No, that nigga said that shit because he running his narrative. See, it be a lot of shit being said that y'all don't know. So let me tell you what Luce Cannon's nemesis was with Big U. You know who it was?
This is ill, man. This nigga's ill.
Luce Cannon's mind says, any and everything Alex Alonso does, anybody gets on this platform to speak against Luce Cannon, comes through Big U.
Okay.
So when he see Alex interview this person or this person speaking on him in his mind, that's Big U's work.
So you think Alex is a Big U agent?
No, this is what Luce Cannon thinks.
He thinks that.
I think Alex with Big U and the Big U sends him something cool.
Hey, man, I really think at this point, anybody that believes anything Wack says is crazy. His credibility is shot, man. He has no credibility at all. He wanted to take Big U down so bad. Now, he done totally killed every bit of any credibility that he had.
You sent him something? Yes, but I think Alex is totally capable of doing what you do. You look, you do your research.
But Luce hates Alex that much because he interviewed his ex-girlfriend, his ex-wife and everything?
Bro, listen what I'm trying to tell you. In Luce Cannon's mind, everything Alex Alonso has done against him, even his brother being up there, was a Big U setup.
He did interview his twin brother, huh?
You get what I'm telling you?
Did you know he was 42?
Listen to this
I never
shit.
asked him how old he was. I always heard that. I didn't give a fuck how old he was.
Twin.
He could be 32, 42. He could be however old he want to be. What business of it is mine?
Yeah, twin brother explains if he and Luce.
Do you hear this shit? Oh, man. I don't know how old he was, right? And he could have been 32, 42. But let Wack 100 tell us, right? You did millions of dollars of business with Luce Cannon, the guy that doesn't have a lawyer, but you didn't know he was 42 and you did millions of dollars of business? Come on, man. We all know with business like that, you gonna have to put your fucking birth date on some shit. You gonna have to put your birth date on something. But we ain't never seen no birth date on nothing because the shit that he was saying don't exist. It's a lie.
Luce Cannon grew up in Los Angeles.
So this one
I've never
here,
even thought about watching this, but okay.
So this one right here,
Yeah.
I might have it on my phone because I think he sent me the recording. His twin brother called. He was locked up.
Wow, he does look a lot like him. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was locked up. And he was like, yo, I know Big U set that up. We're like, boom, 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 right? And why did you say this and why did you say that, right? Because he like, don't nobody know you to be pulling you up. So 600, he hates Big U. Luce, for like every...
And so I guess now, right, Wack 100 is admitting that Luce Cannon got a twin brother. Luce Cannon just called in to No Jumper a few days ago and they said something about his twin brother. But he ain't want to admit it then. Now he ready to admit it. Crazy. JR gets bread. I appreciate the super chat. So now everything that they've been saying was cap. This is how Wack is coming now. Everything that they ever said is a lie. This shit is ill.
Everything Alex did was he felt like Big U was like, Alex, do this. I'm gonna send you this. Me, you done ran 2-3 narratives on me. So I'm gonna be real, bro. When we playing on social media, bro, if somebody called me and is willing to say it and sit in the box with it, I'm running it on you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you go out there and explain yourself. I don't get, because they do it to me all day long. I can't sit back. What I'm gonna do, sit back and take 3 months to go investigate something. Hey, Wack, what up? I know this, I know that. Is that right? What else you know? Is that right? You willing to say that? Can I record you? Or you gonna cut in my platform? Yeah, let's go. Right? And I'm gonna run it. And I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna see if you're gonna react. I'm gonna see if you're gonna, because that's our satisfaction. That's anybody's satisfaction. This why some of the shit, Adam, what we do, we act like we didn't hear it. Because we know that's the satisfaction for the op. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, when you listen to him, man, he's always trying to spin it, lie, and manipulate. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate y'all. Become a member. I appreciate everybody that rocks with me. You hear me?
Saying so, you know, I don't want to diss. I'm saying, reading what I read, just the diss song thing is not adding up.
Some people think, this is our boy, but some people have been hitting me up and they think that Vlad has been compromised by Big U. Now
man, I think honestly with that, Vlad just ain't go for the bullshit, man. Vlad seen that, you know, Wack is a liar. He uses Wack for the content, but he knows that Wack is a liar. Adam's having a ball running this content, you know, with Wack 100, right? Letting him incriminate himself. But I think Vlad is like, he's doing a lot of lying. Straight up.
About.
True.
On here, we got a setup, but sometimes you will start with that, and because something in that spins off to something else, then the conversations go somewhere else.
We've been going for an hour. We haven't even looked at the topic list yet.
This is what I'm saying. So this is more of a freestyle on what we do, right? And that's just because we can do it.
It's fun. It's unpredictable.
Yeah, right.
It's loose. No canon.
Yeah. So you know, hey, look, my apologies to the family. I'm gonna be real. I didn't think you was real family. I just pointed out why I didn't think you was real family. And to this day, I only believe you're now the real family if you are the people that just interviewed with TMZ, because I know Harvey gonna do his due diligence. If you're those people that was on here, then my apologies. If you not, then fuck you.
My favorite current new narrative is basically take like me and Big Deal. When me and Big Deal do content together, what am I really doing? I'm paying him to do an interview so that he will essentially smear T-Rel. That's how I was doing battle at that time.
You know what he's gonna do.
A lot of people have suggested that the evil genius mind of Wack 100 said, here's Luce Cannon. He's not necessarily with it enough to realize the play that I'm going to do, but I'm going to befriend this guy who used to be super close to Big U. I'm going to take Luce Cannon. I'm going to elevate him. I'm going to bring him onto podcasts like No Jumper, and then I'm going to basically allow him to say things that will be bad for Big U, whether criminally, whether how he's viewed in the streets, etc. I do believe that you're capable of that sort of espionage.
Okay, so
facts. And Adam might be watching SBGB TV. You hear me? Adam might be checking us out because he sat there and said what I've been saying the whole damn time. You hear me? I've been calling this shit out consistently. I'm gonna play that little part back. I think Adam might be checking us out, y'all. Straight up. Because I've been saying this shit the whole time. Facts.
Take like me and Big Deal. When me and Big Deal do content together, what am I really doing? I'm paying him to do an interview so that he will essentially smear T-Rel. That's how I was doing battle at that time.
You know what he's gonna do.
A lot of people have suggested that the evil genius mind of Wack 100 said, here's Luce Cannon. He's not necessarily with it enough to realize the play that I'm going to do, but I'm going to befriend this guy who used to be super close to Big U. I'm going to take Luce Cannon. I'm going to elevate him. I'm going to bring him onto podcasts like No Jumper, and then I'm going to basically allow him to say things that will be bad for Big U, whether criminally, whether how he's viewed in the streets, etc. I do believe that you're capable of that sort of espionage.
Okay, so There's a little truth in that, and there's a lot of bullshit in that.
Okay.
I know the nigga personally. I know Victor 1. I know him, did business with him. He was just on my phone. Yeah, I know him. I know the nigga. Nigga named Dale. They call him Monster. Nigga do read dispensary and he book shows. I know the nigga. Now Luce is all the way up. Luce up because they was both just on my phone in October. And Dale was working all the way up into March 15th, March 14th, which lets me know when they was having that phone call, Dale's phone was hot. So, yeah, it's up. I got the whole call. Call up. It's bad business. I said and thought about it. I said, and them niggas just called me in October. Twice. October 14th, October 15th. And these niggas was having this conversation. Dale said he had to turn himself in December. He said, what? Big U's hot. He working. I'm not gonna lie. He admitted it. I work it. I told him Big U been extorting me. That nigga. Wack, when I did business with you, it was real business. Even when I owed your people, shut down to me and it was fair business. We made a deal, we negotiated, you shook hands, you left. You left me with the people. Whenever I sent you money to deliver artists, you always deliver. But these niggas want to come over here playing with me, right? And then him and Luce got to talking about whatever they was talking about. And thinking about it is like, yeah, this is going to turn out up because they was just on my phone in October and Dale and Luce Cannon was wide open with their conversation.
Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button and share this video. That's ill. But we all know that he lined Luce Cannon the fuck up to get the Big U. Facts. Straight up. Facts.
Enough to realize the play that I'm going to do, but I'm going to befriend this guy who used to be super close to Big U. I'm going to take Luce Cannon. I'm going to elevate him. I'm going to bring him onto podcasts like No Jumper, and then I'm going to basically allow him to say things that will be bad for Big U, whether criminally, whether how he's viewed in the streets, etc. I do believe that you're capable of that sort of espionage.
Okay, so there's a little truth in that, and there's a lot of bullshit in that.
Okay.
Nah, it's all
okay,
truth.
So,
and intent is different than how it actually played out.
So, of course, Luce Cannon's approach was Big U, right? Wack, what up? Whoa, 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 man, that nigga Big U. Nigga, whoa, 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 is that right? That's what's going on? All right, so I sit back, I watched him. So he called, he like, hey, bro, and I'm gonna make you remember this. I got a TV show coming out. Can you help me promote it? Right? Now, if you think about it, after I brought him up here, I personally sent him to academics. Ack said it. You didn't hear what Ack said it? He said you lied me up. He said you lied me up and said you was coming with him.
Nobody even had to tell me. As soon as I saw Luce on academics, I thought, oh, that's a whack play.
That's a whack.
That's a whack
play. But I told Ack
to line him up.
Yeah.
Right? I said, Luce. Like, yeah.
And then you didn't.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
So I told, now, I think this is when he broke the Meek Mill. I don't know. I'm thinking he going up there to talk about the show. And I believe he talked about the show, but they just spun into some other shit.
I mean,
right?
Ack's gonna figure out what the good shit is. And I think
yeah,
when he told me about allegedly extorting Rick Ross and Meek Mill in the club and everything, I was more just like blown away, just confused.
You didn't believe that shit, did you?
No, at that time, no, not at all. Ack really seized upon that and like went into way more detail about it and kind of went with it.
He was beefing with Meek.
Yeah.
Ack and Meek was at it. So this is how I knew it was cap, right?
Cheek Millie called
Listen, so it's a dude over there, no matter what has ever happened with me or Meek, whatever. It's a dude over there I always love and respect.
A chaser?
No, his name is Tiffy Bay. Yeah, he's a chaser.
Okay.
He's a chaser. Tiffy Bay. Tiffy Bay been home maybe about 6-8 months or whatever. Even when the bullshit going on, when I land in Philly, Tiffy Bay see me, he come over there and embrace me.
I don't think he gonna rock with you now, Wack. After this shit, I don't think he gonna rock with you now after this shit. You being exposed for being a rat. I do not think he gonna mess with you after this. Especially you lining your own man up, right? I don't think he gonna rock with you like that now, Wack. Straight up. Wack the worst kind, y'all. Facts. Wack is the worst kind.
Look how tough I am. I'll fade anybody, and I'm entertaining on camera.
And guess what else he does? He calls a person he don't know 38 times and start texting me crazy shit, and I bit. I'm like, bro, who the fuck? Because I don't, Adam, you know a lot of shit you'll say to me. I don't be knowing what you're talking about. You got to show me, like, these new sensation people popping up.
You see how he play like
down there
he don't know nothing?
Sprouting up. By the time I hear about them, they've been around 9 months or something, right?
No.
So, and I'm going to keep it real. I did a great job because I started working on Luce February. By about summertime, I had Luce on fire. He was on fire. You never known me to go to these little ass podcasts. I did that for him. I didn't do that for me. If that was the case, I would have been going to him. No Jumper, Bootleg Kev.
Hater
right?
World.
Right? No. I'm going to do those. You know, Bootleg, my boy. I got him his job at the radio station back when they first opened.
I'm just saying that you went on a variety of podcasts.
I went on a variety of a bunch of little bitty shits. That's because what they'll do, they'll call Luce. And like, yo, man, we want to holler at Wack or whatever. Woo. He like, yeah, I could get Wack to come with me. Right? Luce would call me. I'd be like, who's your people? He like, it'd be a good look for me. So I would go. Because at this time, I'm like, all right, I am pumping him. So I would go and it worked. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of shit he was talking about, I'm not going to sit there at the time he's talking about it and on camera, and this supposed to be my guy, and say, you a motherfucking lie. You get
Now everything Luce Cannon was saying on camera is a lie. All the interviews that Luce Cannon went on, now Wack 100 is saying it's a lie. But he didn't want to say it then. But now that he got him locked the fuck up, now everything is a lie.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it because then it takes away from the persona that we all see is working for him. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to challenge a dude that I'm pushing in front of the world. I'm just going to lay back. I'll be like, you know,
So that there killed every credibility you had. You know a nigga lying, but you gonna stand behind him to push him. But you want us to believe you when you say something about anybody in the world. Nobody can believe nothing you said now, at all.
9 out of 10 times he say, Wack, ain't right there right? But like, yup. I don't know. I wasn't even around you back then to know what the was up. But I'm going to rock with you. You know what I mean? So, in hindsight, I'm going to tell you this. What this situation has taught me is it's a very thin line on what people perceive as real, that's bullshit, that they will still tell you is real. We knew that even if we throw a fake narrative out there, and I told Six, we gonna push it out there. It's their voice. We don't give a f. They lied. Ain't no police told them. This lady don't even know what year brother, his alleged brother got killed. She capped. It's gonna piss him off. The same way he irritated me with the shit he did. You know what I'm saying? When I start getting calls from people like, yo, Wack, my bad, bro. The nigga asked me to do it.
I think people are super hyper aware of the fact that a ton of stuff online is fake. So then as soon as the federal indictment comes down, in their mind, they're like, here's something that is 100% not fake. Let's get into this. And that will capture some people.
But like, listen. How often do we see that?
Yeah, almost never, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Well, in hip-hop, kind of a lot over the past couple of years.
But not coming off like, bro, listen, I'm going to be real. I have a zillion prison stories.
Right.
A zillion jail stories.
But you ain't been to jail in 26 years. And you got a zillion of them. You ain't been there in 26 years. but you got all these stories.
But as soon as you have one video, we're viral.
A zillion stories from shit that has happened in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear me, the closest you're gonna hear me say is, I saw such and such get kicked in the ass. Suge slapped such and such, I saw it. Right? And then that's if we going at that individual, but I'm not gonna sit here and talk about, unless I've done the time for it, or it's already, they done did the time, it's public record. Nigga ain't finna talk about some shit that don't nobody know about.
So when Luce Cannon is sitting next to you, going into great detail about robbing weed shops with Big U and Big U not properly splitting up the proceeds afterwards and scamming people and all this kind of stuff, was there any part of you that in your head was like, this was only a couple years ago, you could easily still get in trouble for this? Because honestly, that did not cross my mind.
I'm gonna tell you why. He told a story, bro. I just want you to walk with me. Whenever you tell Superman stories with me, because being from the streets, even if you pull up on your ops, we always talk about, oh, we shot 2 of you niggas. We don't never talk about 3 of ours got shot too, right? We don't talk about that, right? So when I hear him say, we went in the spot and took everything, and then 30 minutes later, the dude from the spot is walking in the house. Hey, bro, don't nothing about that shit sound real. Like, like, come on, bro.
Right.
Now, you want us to believe that, right? You want us to believe that, but you said this right here.
I know the nigga personally. I know Victim 1. I know him, did business with him. He was just on my phone. Yeah, I know him. I know the nigga. Nigga named Dale. They call him Monster. Nigga do read dispensary and he book shows. I know the nigga. Now Luce is all the way up. Luce up because they was both just on my phone in October. And Dale was working all the way up into March 15th, March 14th, which lets me know when they was having that phone call, Dale's phone was hot. So, yes, I got the whole call. Call fucked up. It's bad business. I said and thought about it. I said, and them niggas just called me in October. Twice. October 14th, October 15th. And these niggas was having this conversation. Dale said he had to turn himself in December. He said, what? Big U's hot, he working. I'm not gonna lie. He admitted it. I worked it. I told him Big U been extorting me. That nigga. Wack, when I did business with you, it was real business. Even when I owed your people, shut down to me and it was fair business. We made a deal, we negotiated, you shook hands, you left. You left me with the people. Whenever I sent you money to deliver orders, you always delivered. But these niggas want to come over here playing with me, right? And him and Luce got to talking about whatever they was talking about. And thinking about it is like, yeah, this is gonna turn out up because they was just on my phone in October, and Dale and Luce Cannon was wide open with their conversation.
Now, that right there, right, was the truth about him lining Luce Cannon up. But you let him tell this shit right here, right? He want to spin it.
I'm not gonna sit here and talk about, unless I've done the time for it, or it's already, they done did the time, it's public record. Nigga ain't finna talk about some shit that don't nobody know about.
So when Luce Cannon is sitting next to you, going into great detail about robbing weed shops with Big U and Big U not properly splitting up the proceeds afterwards and scamming people and all this kind of stuff, was there any part of you that in your head was like, this was only a couple years ago, you could easily still get in trouble for this? Because honestly, that did not cross my mind.
I'm gonna tell you why. He told a story, bro. I just want you to walk with me. Whenever you tell Superman stories with me, because being from the streets, even if you pull up on your ops, we always talk about, oh, we shot 2 of you niggas. We don't never talk about 3 of ours got shot too, right? We don't talk about that, right? So when I hear him say, we went in the spot and took everything, and then 30 minutes later, the dude from the spot is walking in the house. Hey, bro, don't nothing about that shit sound real. Like, like, come on, bro.
Right.
What the fuck are we talking about? Motherfucker come to No Jumper and rob you.
Right.
30 minutes later, you're walking through the house of the people that robbed you.
Probably
How
not.
fucking real? So at this point in time, I'm a rock and roll with him. Oh, yeah? And what else happened? Oh, man, he told us to give him this. I'm like, oh, so now the troll is on. I'm going to paint the narrative.
Right.
Oh, you know why he told him he beat all y'all. He took half of that and still made y'all to cut up with that. Right? So I'm just going to pump it. I'm going to troll it and rock with it. But, bro, nobody believes that a motherfucker just went and robbed somebody. And then the person that y'all robbed comes to the safe house where you guys are counting up what you just took from him.
Yeah. Strange.
Nobody
strange
brings the victim back to the spot where he could call the police
right.
or some other dudes. Hey, bro, the dudes that robbed me is over here. They just brought me to the spot. You rob them and then say, pull up over here. Who calls the victim of who you robbed and tells them to come to where you at?
Right.
So when you telling these stories, I'm in my mind, I'm like, this nigga crazy.
But are you thinking like this is kind of fucking my credibility up if he's lying about all this stuff?
No, because it's him.
Right.
The only thing I did tell him, I said, hey, bro, this FaceTime shit, I told him this. If you don't have it, you better put in some work doing some other shit to try to get people's mind, because remember, he told us
lying. Wack is a liar. Luce Cannon is a liar. They are liars. Facts. Now he's saying that this shit was a lie. You hear me? It was all a lie. And we supposed to say, okay, yeah, it was a lie. But you just went on Clubhouse and said you had Dale on a recorded call and Dale was working because he told you he was working. Why you ain't up here saying that shit, Wack?
February 14th,
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks come, I'm like, bro, where it's at? Say you got it. Where it's at?
But you're saying the reality show is holding on to it now.
Well, no, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, okay.
He's saying this is what he started telling me. The reality show has the drive, right? He's telling me the reality show has the drive. I'm like, bro, if you got that, you need to know let Adam, because Adam getting cease and desist. Niggas is looking crazy, bro. You like, I don't know what that is. So he's like, they got the drive. So first it went, they was gonna give it up in May. Then it went to, they're not gonna give it up till February. So without me saying too much, a whole lot of shit started happening in February, March, because there was a whole lot of questions being asked about certain shit, right? So I told him, I said, bro, if you ain't got that shit, you might have went too far with that, because I don't know how you go.
Like, now that Luce Cannon is locked up, right? He just throwing Luce all the way under the bus. And at the same time, trying to make Big U look good now. Are y'all paying attention to that? He's throwing Luce under the bus as a liar. After he lined all this shit up. Now the narrative is make Big U look like a liar. I meant make Luce Cannon look like a liar and make Big U look like he never did any of these things that I was saying he did. This is his whole motive now. This shit is ill.
Make up for that one. You said it, and people done waited 2 weeks and it wasn't here, then a month and 2 months, and now we into the next year, right? But again, if he has it, I don't know. I don't know if it's on the drive. I don't know.
Well, you know who apparently is suspicious of this are the feds. Because as discussed, they showed up at my house and they wanted a copy of the cease and desist. Now, before we even talk about that, you went on No Jumper News and spread a narrative that I had been arrested, which it's all fun and games until my wife gets a text from her OBGYN saying, thank God Adam isn't arrested.
Now stop.
I didn't even know this chick knew who I was.
So this is what happens, right? I call you.
Okay.
Right? I said, yo, bro, what the hell you talking about? The feds really come in your spot?
Yeah.
You tell me the story. I said, what they want? You said, I ain't telling you because you going to go to Clubhouse and say it. I said, bro, you know I wouldn't do you like that. So you told me, right? You said, I'm going to go on 4 o'clock news. I said, where Remo and them at? He said, they on right now. So I call, this how Wack thinking. I call the news.
And we did end up having the most live viewers that we've ever had.
Wait, no.
At least in part because of that.
Okay, now before you get there, this is how
good.
Wack's thinking. This is the business Wack. I call the news, right? I go on Clubhouse.
Crazy.
Make the announcement, Adam in jail, sending my attorney down there with him to get him. Right? That goes out. I call the news. Hey, look, bro. Now, the only one, Almighty then was rolling with it because you notice he said, why 2:30, why not 2 o'clock? I said, look, they got Adam and G. So you talk to him? I said, yeah. Remo's texting me. Yo, Wack, you know. I said, bro, I already know, motherfucker. Just roll with the play.
Remo is compromised.
Yeah, just roll with the play, right?
DJ Remo Demix.
I said, look, my attorney assured me by 2:30 he gonna be out. Why did I say 2:30? I said, give me much time to get from downtown to get here, right? And at 4 o'clock.
And I told everybody, when he started talking about his attorney, said he gonna be out at 2:30, this shit was cat. And why would you have to send your attorney for a person that got way more paper than you? The shit didn't sound right from the door.
Stop it, Burger King.
He's going live. I'm saying it because everybody that's listening to the fucking No Jumper live, for sure they're coming back. I done said it on Clubhouse. I done said it everywhere.
That was
He's going live.
campaign.
Boom, 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 boom. But watch, what did I just say? When we say something, even today, people are asking, you see the feds picked Adam up and booked up. I'm like, you dummy, he was never picked up and booked.
Yeah.
But because we say it, it's like, it's that thin line to where they're calling it real. Not only are the fans calling it real, the law is starting to call our shit real.
He think he's slicker than the law. And the law is listening to this shit. So not only is the fans calling our shit real, he said the law is calling our shit real. This shit is straight stupid. Straight up, man.
So it's kind of like, we gotta watch what we trolling with, bro.
And we look like we are either agents ourselves or we are such Teflon Dons that somehow we've been able to dance in the water and not get wet. We are surrounded by criminality, perhaps involved, but somehow
bro,
we have not been picked up.
You can't tell people you didn't go down there and tell on Brick Baby. This is what they think.
He knows he's an agent. He knows he's working. He's straight working.
Comment section on that big pod that we did with academics and shit is like 100% of the comments are like, y'all are feds. Look at the CIA meeting up, blah, blah, blah. Like everybody is stuck on exactly one joke. Nobody seems concerned with the fact that this is incredibly played out, that there's no evidence for it. Everybody thinks that they're Kevin Hart out here making the same stupid ass joke. Fuck y'all. Smash the like button also.
And listen, let me give it to you, right? I'm gonna keep it real.
Sure.
Because I ran my narrative. Brick Baby, when I sit back and I say, how could I shoot back at Brick Baby?
Now listen to him now.
No.
Okay.
Brick will sit up here and say, Wack ain't no blood. Wack ain't from here. He would run his narrative, right? So guess what? My homeboy fucking your wife.
So that was made up.
No, that wasn't made up.
That was made up.
No, that wasn't made up.
Ain't nobody hitting Kirsten.
Listen, that wasn't made up.
Just the break.
No, that wasn't made up. To a certain extent.
Listen to him.
I do have a homeboy fucking this girl. It's just not that girl. right?
You see it? He just said that nobody was hitting Brick's wife. He said, yeah, it is true. But then turned around and said, not that girl, it's another girl. It's like lying on top of lying, like nobody's paying attention to the lie. That's the ill shit. Like nobody pays attention to the lie. This is what he thinks. So I'm going to continue to lie on top of the lie because nobody's paying attention. This shit is straight ill. Facts. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. I appreciate all y'all rocking with me.
That we think ain't the truth just might be the truth.
Right.
So if you start trolling it, and trolling ain't, we can troll in a way where we're totally serious. Serious, our demeanor, our conversation, how we're looking, to like we're really feeding into it. But we're bullshitting the whole time. But to the people, they don't think that. And then you look up and you be like, wait, what you mean? Yo, Wack, you know that? I mean, that was some bullshit. Nah, look, it just came out.
Is there anything that has happened from this Rico coming out and everything? Is there anything that has made you think twice about anything that you do in your life? Of like, oh, I need to be a little bit more careful in this regard. I know you're not like actually out here breaking the law all the time, but it does stand out that like there's a lot of like relatively normal stuff kind of wrapped up in this.
The only thing is, Adam, you know how much bullshit motherfuckers call us with.
Sure.
Right? Now it's kind of like we would get a call about some bullshit and at 1 o'clock, at 1:03, we up with it. You can't do that no more. You really gotta like go investigate.
Listen to this nigga.
If these people are who they say they are.
Listen to him.
If what this person is talking about is real. Because if you go troll with it, like I've seen shit that other podcasters or bloggers are talking about that I started the narrative. I'm like, I can't believe this shit didn't got that far.
So basically he's saying anytime he puts any information out, don't believe it because he's lying. This is what he's saying now. Anytime he put information out, don't believe none of the information he puts out because he's lying. Now, this is what he wants us to think now. But just a few weeks ago, he's saying, I'm warning Big U that the feds is coming. They about to come with the indictment. And he wanted everybody to believe what he was saying.
For instance, you cannot tell these people you and R&B and Lennon wasn't back there having sex.
Yeah.
They really think that Remo called me and I was at home crying. These dummies didn't put it together that I'm in a no jumper building. Like, how can't you not? Somebody said, one person, I hear the water running behind you. Let me tell you what else. And I left it in there. Before you came into the room, when I said, all right, R&B, sit over there. Lena, go over there to the cabin and get the shit y'all got over there. Lena looks at me and says, Wack, why are you holding the camera like that? She clearly telling the world, Wack's right here. But they totally tuned that out. Your woman's fucking Adam and his wife, right?
It's all about making great content. And if you make good enough content, then nobody will care about the real one. Because you know what clip is back from the dead?
What?
The clip where I ask X4 about the video of him shooting.
Man, it's out the bag, man. It's out the bag. Wack's credibility is shot. Ain't no way he can come back from this one. And we gonna make sure we keep it in the air. We gonna keep it in the air. Straight up. Facts. All the credibility he thought he had, he destroyed it.
Big U, yes, he did make the stupid video before he got locked up, which got him an additional charge. But since he's been locked up, haven't heard anything from him. Brick Baby called into the news. I had a brief conversation with him off air, stuff like that. But hasn't really volunteered any information that seems like it would be of use.
Let's talk about some more bullshit.
But Luce Cannon is seemingly appearing on any podcast that will have him and is really saying at least some stuff that seems like it is ill-advised.
Yeah, whatever he's doing.
What's your attitude on that? Like, are you concerned about how much he is talking, given that he's in a situation where he should be more concerned with fighting for his freedom?
I've told him to focus on what's in front of me. Mike, I didn't, but Luce knows what Luce is doing. It's a method to his madness, regardless of how you see it or how I see it. Mm-hmm. It's a reason why he's doing whatever he's doing. Why? I don't know why. But he's already, first thing I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, they will send your ass to the hole.
Listen to this shit.
The Fed is saying, Wack, tell dude they'll send him to the hole behind the three-way calling to these podcasts. Right? I take a screenshot of it. I send it to his wife. Right? I don't want him to think it's coming from me. This is coming from cats that did time in the feds. Mm-hmm. So Luce calls me. What? You know I'm not stupid, right?
Yeah, he is.
What? Sharice told me what you sent her. Yeah. Them dudes that been to the feds telling me that. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. Officer, can you come here? What? Before I call into the podcast, what have I established with y'all? You come and get permission for us. We know you doing it. I swear to God.
Wow.
Right?
So how do you take that?
That's just Luce being Luce. Like he getting into whatever environment and he, he sets up a way to operate.
Do you think that he's just kind of addicted to the clout that he's experiencing? Because it's probably kind of overwhelming because he's probably never been this viral before.
No, I definitely do.
This is what he's been fighting for in a lot of ways, right? I definitely do.
I don't know to what extent, but I'm going to show you. Like, I swear to God, look, I sent it, my homeboy, Lavish, wanted to expose it. Look. I'm sending this to Luce's wife. Tell Luke right here, the black one.
Tell them to stop letting Luce call into No Jumper. The feds obviously watching it. Them three-way calls will get a disciplinary action. Feds don't play that, especially with witnesses out in the public. He will line himself up.
So I sent it to her because I don't want to text it like it's coming from me.
Okay.
So when he calls me and lets me know, hey, not only do they know what I'm doing, I got them to let us watch the No Jumper on the TV in here.
What? Really?
I swear to God.
Shout out to all my convicts.
That's Luce.
Convict right? Music.
That's Luce. He just told me Casanova just pulled up.
Really?
He said NBA YoungBoy left 2 days before he got there. Casanova just pulled up.
Brick Baby said he was talking to Dirk and there he was yelling into the toilet.
Probably through the toilet. Through the vents.
Crazy.
Dirk, how you doing? But right as I was coming in here, YBG told me that there are Brick Baby disses on the new Lil Durk album.
Might be. Okay, look, Brick Baby. I still didn't figure this out. Who put out, this wasn't me, who put out the narrative he got stabbed?
I think just a random YouTuber. We kind of ran with it. We put in the title, question mark, Brick Baby stuff.
Wack can't be trusted, man. I'm telling y'all, facts. Wack can't be trusted.
I'm saying, why this nigga not running the content with your name in the work where you corroborate Big U extorting it? Where the feds use your name in your words in the paperwork. That's the content. Y'all niggas running content over here, right?
Hey yo, but bro, where is that at? It's not in the paperwork.
Bro, that's in the paperwork. What are you talking about, bro? Stop it, bro. That's in the complaint.
Bro,
they got Luce Cannon talking on this shit, and you corroborate the nigga committing crime.
Wait, hold on. You said with Luce Cannon? Slow down.
You was right there next to him, and you stopped
him, bro. Hey, bro, listen.
Yo, homie, slow down, bro.
He said. Slow down, bro.
Put it in the paper.
Society. So what you're saying is, you're saying what Luce Cannon was telling the story, right? And I said, so he made y'all get back 40? He like, yeah. I said, well, he did that to put 20 in his pocket. That's what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. That's the work, right?
Well, that's just Luce Cannon.
That's not Luce. That's you. That's your words. The Fed said Black 100. Arrival of Big U. That's you, nigga, right?
What? And so you're saying
that's what the work is, right?
Slow down,
everything in the look. You can't be like,
hey, bro. Hey, look, nigga. I'm trying to be patient with you, my nigga. We gonna talk. All you niggas want me to be in something. I don't mind it because I wasn't part of this shit. So what you saying is when we interviewing somebody, when we're in the course of an interview, if we talking directly to the person about what they talking about, you telling us that we're corroborating the crime that we wasn't around for?
listen, you can't try to spin it, little nigga. Listen, like I said,
no, I'm asking you, bro.
In the paperwork that the feds just put out, you can't try to say that everything that the feds put out is
right
true.
Now what was said on No Jumper.
They said your name and your statement. Your statement was
that's not a statement.
They did it because it is, and they did it because of that, and it was a crime. That was a crime. Also, you admitted to misprisionment and aiding and abetting. You admitted to telling the nigga that you was admitting. Like, yo, I want to see you get free. That's a crime. So why you not in the indictment?
I want to see you. Wait, slow down. What you say? I want to see you get what?
Didn't you say that you was trying to warn Big U when you put that information out? Yes or no?
All we did was play the record.
Did you not? Wasn't your words that you tried to warn Big U when you put that paperwork out?
I said if anything,
all that information out. Yes or no?
I told you, nigga, that's their words.
It's just a yes or no question, bro. Yes or no? Did you say you was trying to warn them?
No, what we said is take it as a warning.
See, look, all right, bro. See, look, I don't like to talk to. Listen, you an internet
real
rat.
shit.
I don't like to talk to. If you ain't gonna keep it real, we can't have a real conversation. Keep it real, my nigga. Don't do
listen.
Your minions, I don't want to talk to your little.
Yo, listen. This was the narrative. Y'all working with the police. I said, how that's working with anything, nigga, take it as a warning.
Even if you say take it as a warning, that's a crime. That's a crime when you say that. So why you not on the indictment?
Ain't no
obstruction of justice. That's aiding and abetting and impeding the investigation. See, y'all niggas don't even know what y'all be talking about. Y'all need y'all some little niggas. Y'all ain't been.
Did you call them and tell them?
Y'all talking about fair work and don't even know how the feds fucking work.
Well, okay, so
your name is in the paperwork.
Well, wait a second.
And the feds said you made a statement.
Wait a second. Homie, slow down, bro. Wait a second. Right?
Slow down, bro.
Now listen. You said one thing there, right? You said that it's impeding the federal investigation. When that came out with the family, we ain't no feds.
Hey, bro, we don't.
What you talking about?
Hey, cause guess what? The family.
Nigga, I didn't say nothing about impeding no federal investigation.
Guess what?
I said impeding an investigation.
Hey, yo,
it don't matter.
What? The family said DNA was under the fingernails, and that was a lie.
That was not a lie. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't try to spin it. No, it wasn't. It was inconclusive.
It is a lie. There was no
inconclusive. When it's inconclusive, don't mean a lie.
It was nothing under the fingernails.
Bro, it was inconclusive. That's in the paperwork. Even the white boy from London read it to your dumb ass. You stupid as you dumb, bro.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Come on,
your fucking mouth.
Let's be serious. He read it to you right from the paperwork.
Listen, the white boy said what y'all said, what they said was wrong. That's what he said. So we don't know what these people is telling us is true or not. We don't know what it is. And some of the facts or whatever they said wasn't true.
All I'm saying is,
when he hit Wack with that shit, Wack say, we don't know what is true and what's not. Now you don't know nothing. But when you wanted to let everybody know about the situation, you told everybody you knew what you was talking about. You knew the details. You told everybody you knew that this was coming. Now you don't know nothing now when you being looked at for what's really real.
Go to page 50 in the complaint, and you gonna see your words in your statement that the feds quoted. The feds quoted your words.
Hey, bro.
And everything.
You can quote my words all you want to a nigga I'm interviewing, bro. I don't know what this nigga talking about is the truth or not. This nigga just said he say he robbed.
Now he said he interviewing. Huh? Now he was doing the interviewing. Come on, man. You wasn't doing the interviewing, nigga. You was there assisting. you was being interviewed.
Meek Mill, I know that was cap. You quote my words, whatever you say to an interviewer, bro.
No, I just went to page 50. Page 50 is about Armani, the taco girl, the egg roll babe. So what page are we looking at again? Can't read.
You don't know. You can't
No,
read.
I'm looking
You got
at it right
idiots
now.
in
Just gotta
Clubhouse.
give me the word.
Straight idiots.
So
You said go to
page?
page 50, dummy.
This nigga
I'm
talking
looking at
about
page
like
50 right now. Page 50. This is print shit, but page 50 is talking about Armani sexual.
And keep reading, man. That's all you gotta do is keep reading. So when you read work, you gotta keep it up. It's just like when you read a Bible verse.
Hey, bro,
So you
listen
gotta
to
keep
me.
reading. Go to
Hey,
page
listen to me.
50, 51,
No,
When I'm
52,
hey, look,
53,
when I'm
54,
interviewing a
and
nigga,
then
hey,
you gonna
listen
see
to
how
me.
you gonna see how everything line up. That's all I'm.
Hit that like button, y'all. I appreciate all y'all rocking with me.It that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button. Share this video.
Hey, listen to me, bro. Hey, listen to me. This robbery,
Why you
whenever it's
getting mad, bro?
occurred,
It's your words. Don't get
I'm
mad
not
at your
getting-
words.
I'm not getting mad. Listen to me. The robbery that was reported by the victim, the dude that was working, occurred in 2022.
And you
sometime.
corroborated the story. It is pertinent
No,
information.
I'm not the one
See, look,
corroborating.
see,
I wasn't
look,
there
see,
for the
look, no,
robbery.
for real, homie. So
Straight up. Hey, Tanika, appreciate the super chat. Said Wack, a terrible rat and an even worse liar. Facts.
for real,
I
this what
wasn't
I'm
there
gonna
for
tell
the
you. For real,
robbery.
homie, this what I'm gonna tell you for real. See, this how bad it is.
Hey, bro,
when
hey,
that
bro.
nigga go to the pen, when the loose nigga go to the pen and they see all of this shit in his paperwork, they gonna do something bad to him.
Hey, listen to me. Hey, I want you to hear this. I wasn't there for the
no,
robbery
bro,
to
you
corroborate
can't
the
do
story.
that type of shit. What you did on the
Nigga,
internet,
I'm interviewing the nigga. Hey,
you
listen.
can't do. Nigga, you corroborated
Hey, listen.
the whole crime.
You can't do that if you're not
Hey, how
there.
can I?
That crime is in the paperwork,
corroborate
bro. They
something.
put that crime into the paperwork, bro. And you said what the nigga, you said you know what Big you did?
You can't
you said what he
corroborate
did.
something you didn't witness or take part of.
I didn't witness.
Facts,
I wasn't
Johnny.
there.
Talking about he didn't witness when he said the nigga did it. He said what Big you did.
Bro,
He said
all
the
I
nigga,
said,
you know what
listen.
he did with that 40,000?
I said,
That's what
listen,
he
he
said.
took.
That's what the
I
Wack
said
100
he-
nigga said.
Hey, really, what I was
So what are you
saying
talking
is,
about?
really, what
If
I
y'all
was
niggas
saying
gonna
is,
play
he
dumb,
stuffed
I'ma
on
holler
you
at y'all though.
niggas.
I'ma holler at y'all if y'all gonna play dumb.
Yeah, well, get
If
on.
y'all wanna be smart, we can
Go
be
ahead,
smart.
you got
Really,
diarrhea.
really
This
work
ass on
the right
that.
way.
Hey, bro, I can't corroborate nothing I wasn't there for, nigga.
He doesn't know what corroborate means.
Stupid, bro.
Clarified. You didn't corroborate shit. You clarified what the nigga was saying.
You gotta
That's not a
either witness
corroboration. You
or
can't
take
corroborate
part in
something you're not
something
there
to
When you
corroborate.
clarify a crime, it's the same. What are you talking about, miss? What
You
talking
cannot
about?
I don't know
Like
if
I
it's a
said,
crime,
when
weirdo.
that to present his paperwork when he walk into the feds, they gonna do something bad to him. They gonna say you did that.
Hey,
No,
listen
you can't
to me.
do that. You can't do
Hey,
shit like
listen
that.
to me. Hey,
So
listen
like,
to
what are
me.
you talking
Shit
about?
got
Hey,
real.
listen to me.
You can't
Hey,
clarify a
I
crime.
clarified his story,
Like,
nigga.
what are you talking about?
I don't know it's a crime because I thought it was all cap anyway. Keeping it real. Like
Yeah.
the rest of the sheep mills and all that shit was
So
cap.
you gonna play dumb in front of all these people and say you thought it was cap when the whole this time you was making it seem like it was real. This whole time
I
you
never
was
made
running
nothing
the
seem
play.
like it was real,
Like this whole
stupid.
time it was real. Both situations. What are you talking about? But
Never made. Wait, I made what seem like it was real? Meek Mill robbery?
you made it seem like that was
You a
real
mother-
and with in the
You a
real.
mind,
What are you
stupid.
talking about? You said the
You a
nigga Big U
motherfucking
was trying to extort the nigga Future on behalf of Trick. You and Big U. What are you talking about? It's on the internet.
That wasn't
Y'all niggas
extortion.
be on the internet admitting y'all
Hey,
crimes.
bro,
What are you talking about?
Nobody never extorted Future, bro.
Bro, you said you tried.
Let me
you
ask
said
you something. If
on
you
behalf
owe me,
of
look.
Trick
Hey,
sent
listen.
you and Big U to go get
Hey,
Future.
listen, let me
That's your
ask you
words.
something. If
That's
you
your
owe
words, bro.
if you
It's on
owe
the
some
internet.
money, and let me ask you
That's what
something.
y'all do. Y'all be
No,
on
let
the
me
internet
hey, bro,
admitting
stop
crimes.
double talking.
Just like you said, y'all be
Hey,
clapping.
let me ask you something.
Have a
If you owe me some money, right? Is that extorting? You paying me what you owe me?
Ah, man. Hey, yo, man. Shit got real, man. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button and share this video. The no jumper indictment is on the way. I'm telling y'all, that no jumper indictment is on the way. I want y'all to check this one out here. We don't want to forget about this right here, y'all. Facts.
Right now, and me and AD could get into it right now, because I said so. And get off the phone and laugh and say, let's go to lunch. Just because y'all swallowing up, that's on y'all, bro.
You said just because what?
Just because y'all swallow up any and everything we do, that's on y'all.
Hey, nah, man. We seeing what we see, man. We see, and Luce Cannon is going on there explaining the crime. Straight dummy. He's explaining the crime.
You gotta talk to Luce Cannon about Luce Cannon.
This
is Wack on the phone.
All right, Wack. Come on, man. But this is who you run with, though, Wack. You do business with him.
Hey, listen, I do business with a lot of people. I do business with the Saudis. I do business with people at the embassy. I do business with all kind of people, bro. Now, whatever the else they do, that's what they do. It ain't my business. I don't ask people what they do outside our business. I just don't.
Come on,
See,
Wack.
once I took a step back, and dude is saying what he's saying directly to that man, and that man saying directly back, that's their business. You may have said, Wack, you could have had a heart. Hey, look, bro, you know what I mean? Dead because they had a heart? Because they got involved in something? I ain't doing it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm only going to go so far, brother. And I did the most I was going to do, which was a verbal. And what's crazy about it, ain't nobody one time said, Wack, that was good looking out, man. Trying to keep the brother from going too far.
Man, they took the man's clothes off, Wack. Come on, man.
See, you just did it, right? So if the would have got shot, right? Then you would be saying, well, Wack, you could have prevented that.
Listen, if he would have got shot, you just saved yourself. Because now you would have been implicated in it for sure, no matter what you saying.
Hey, bro. One gun, one hand.
Man,
right?
we already know that they would have associated y'all from everything that y'all been doing together, Wack. Come on, bro.
I got a homie that went to jail for 17 murders that we done made millions of dollars with. They got me on, they said on 300 hours of phone conversations. But it had nothing to do with the murders. All business.
Hey, Wack, man, I'm telling you right now, bro, your association with implicated in it for sure, no matter what you saying.
Hey, bro. One gun, one hand.
Man,
right?
we already know that they would have associated y'all from everything that y'all been doing together, Wack. Come on, bro.
I got a homie that went to jail for 17 murders that we done made millions of dollars with. They got me on, they said on 300 hours of phone conversations. But it had nothing to do with the murders. All business.
Hey, Wack, man, I'm telling you right now, bro, your association with Luce Cannon, that is going to put you in the hot seat, bro. We all see it, bro. So you saying and trying to justify it.
Listen to me. I'm associated to all kind of people. What people do, what people do. I do all day long. It ain't got nothing to do with Luce Cannon. You know what I'm saying? They can't say because y'all do business together. Our business is on the entertainment side, real estate, TV, and shit like that. I can go over here and do some crazy shit. And
he said he do business with Luce, TV side, real estate, but he got a public defender. Why? Why did he even have a public defender sign up?
They can't say what you're associated with. It don't work like that, bro. Sorry.
That's what you said.
That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay. I mean, hey, listen.
We don't plot crimes.
You can try to clear this up, Wack, but I'm telling you.
I don't got to clear nothing up. We don't plot crimes.
Well, we already seen this, man.
Whatever nigga doing is doing. I don't give a fuck. Now, if you doing something to some children, some elderly people, some shit like that, and I find out, then I may, I'm going to say something. But other than that, bro, I don't give a fuck what no nigga doing, bro. I'm just being real. I don't care, bro. I know niggas all kind of shit. I don't care.
I bet you do, though. Come on, bro. Like,
we all do. You do, too.
Hey, man.
You got a nigga that be doing something ain't right. You grew up with doing something ain't right. We all know got niggas that we know that is doing shit, bro.
I ain't associated with a soul, so I ain't got to worry about whatever they got going on trickling down on me.
What you mean you ain't associated? You telling me you ain't got nobody in your family that ain't doing no wrong?
Listen, I don't know what anybody's doing because I live by myself and I'm associated with myself. So whatever anybody else got going on, you associated with 30 jokers, and the people around you are wilding out.
Pastors, so all them people in the congregation at them churches, well, them pastors, kids, they guilty like he guilty too, right?
Of course, anybody that's doing what they doing is guilty.
No, they not, because that's what he's doing. The congregation.
Appreciate the donation, Goldie. 134.
Congregation ain't guilty of that.
But you already know the pastor that's hanging out with each other, the ones that are doing that, they doing the same thing, bro. Listen, you are what you surround yourself around, bro.
That ain't necessarily true, bro. That's not true, bro. That is not true. That is not true that because pastors associate with one another, they know what the other mother doing, bro. That ain't true.
Hey, listen, I always knew birds of a feather flock together, bro.
That's not true, bro.
Okay.
That ain't true, my nigga. That's not true.
I mean, that's you trying to disassociate yourself.
I'm not, no, that's me knowing that I've heard stories about people and say, wait, what? Damn, that nigga, that's what they got him for? I had no idea. I knew him, but I knew him how I knew him. We all know people till we know them how we know them, and then probably later found out they was on some other shit. You can't just say because a motherfucker know a motherfucker or a associated, they know what a motherfucker doing. Come on, bro. That ain't true.
But Wack, you already know the people around you move off of what you say, man. Come on, Wack.
No, my team. I got a team. You never see them. That's why you can't bring them up. My team.
Wack, boy, I'm telling you, boy.
You can't give me one name for my team.
You want to make sure you ain't associated with Luce on this, because you know Luce messed up on this one. You know Luce messed up on this one, bro.
I don't know. Luce Cannon is my business partner, right? We do business together. He's definitely an associate of mine, somebody I know, somebody I talk to every day. We got a lot of business going on, right? But at the end of the day, I ain't seen Luce all day. I don't know what Luce did today. It looked to me like he pulled up on Big Homie CC yesterday. I saw something on the internet. I didn't know about it till I saw it on the internet.
But you know what's going on with Luce, though. So
No, bro. I know what Luce wants to tell me. I think y'all take like Luce a little boy or something, bro.
I mean, listen, that's his actions display that, bro. His actions display that. I don't care how much money he's making. His actions display that.
He got multiple kids, multiple businesses. He got a wife. He got his own team. You know what I'm saying?
But he don't got an attorney.
You know, shit. I looked up this morning. I said, damn, what's this? Luce Cannon, Big Homie CC. I'm like, oh, shit, what's this? When this happened? Oh, yesterday. Oh, okay, goddamn. I still ain't asked him about it. I looked at it, so if he want to tell me about it, cool. If not, I don't my business. I can care less.
Okay. We see what it is.
You want me to babysit, bro? I'm not babysitting nobody, bro.
Hey.
You know, whatever we doing together, we doing together.
One man, one gun, though. Listen, if he would have got shot, you just saved yourself. Because now you would have been implicated in it for sure, no matter what you saying.
Hey, bro. One gun, one hand.
Man,
right?
we already know that they would have associated y'all from everything that y'all been doing together, Come on, bro.
Hey, bro. I got a homie that went to jail for 17 murders that we done made millions of dollars with. They got me on, they said on 300 hours of phone conversations. But it had nothing to do with the murders. All business.
Hey, Wack, man, I'm telling you right now, bro, your association with Luce Cannon, that is going to put you in the hot seat, bro. We all see it, bro. So you saying and trying to justify it.
Listen to me. I'm associated to all kind of people. What people do, what people do. I do all day long. It ain't got nothing to do with Luce Cannon. You know what I'm saying? They can't say because y'all do business together. Our business is on the entertainment side, real estate, TV, and shit like that. I can go over here and do some crazy shit, and they can't say, well, you're associated with it. It don't work like that, bro. So-
Yo, man. We all see what it is, man. Wack dropped the dime right there. You hear me? Wack dropped the dime right there. You hear me? Straight up. One hand, one gun. Shit. I ain't had no strap. He done set it on there with rainwater on there. Y'all ain't see me strip nobody, right? Luce Cannon over the Bing don't know nothing about Wack recording this phone call with Dale. When he get that discovery, boy, he think it's a joke right now. Niggas think it's a joke now. But when that discovery come, man, shit gonna be real, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button and share this video. Facts. Shit gonna be crazy. Yeah. We all see what it is, man. And I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me. You hear me? If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video, man. And the line is open now. If y'all want to call in now, you can call in. The line is open. You hear me? I appreciate everybody that was rocking with me. I had to get that content off today, man. And y'all know I rock with y'all. We going in. We want to make sure we deliver the message, and I had to stay focused so that the people can hear that breakdown. I wanted to break that shit down for everybody to understand, and I ain't want no interruptions. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, man. Facts. But the line is open. Y'all can call in. Let me know how y'all feel about it. And we can talk about it, Wack trying to say now that all the shit him and Luce was running on these platforms was a lie. We all know they foo-fafi, but Wack is saying everything he was running with Luce Cannon is a lie. And Big U, all the shit he said about Big U is a lie too. Big U wasn't like none of the things he ever said. Nah, that ain't Big U. And I guess he wants us to believe that he's saying this, that everything's accurate. Fuck what you told us before and how you manipulate people and manipulate things that you bring to the internet, but you want us to believe everything you're saying now, right? But I really believe Wack time is coming this year. I think this is going to be his year, and he's on borrowed time, and he's went too far because the no jumper situation, the indictment is about to come, and we all know Wack was involved. Wack was the reason Jay Reed came up there. Marciano gave Jay Reed a ride. Jay Reed was up there to talk about the spreadsheet, the back end, or something to do with whatever was going on with Dash Network, right? Adam, he questioned Dash Network. How do they have 80,000 subscribers paid with no content? How does this happen? Wack spin the narrative on that. Wack told us he didn't do nothing. When he stepped back, he didn't do nothing. SBGB TV, it's a live call-in show. State your name, where you calling in from.
My name is Kay. I'm calling from Texas.
Hey, how you doing, Kay?
Hey, I wanted to say basically on the call with the lady. At first, I thought that maybe he did talk to the mother and the sister, but after listening to him come with the second story, I think he made that call up like he did the FBI call. I don't think he talked to those people at all.
Right.
And I think that he's scared that they're going to come out and say, we didn't talk to him. So then he can say, oh, it was a fake call. Somebody, gave me a fake call. But they make that call up. They never talk to those people.
And I agree with you, because now he's trying to spin the narrative of it now, knowing that he's caught.
Exactly, because the mother of anything, she will know where the DNA is, and they would have definitely known the day he died.
Of course.
So, yeah, but Wack is a liar, and he'll try to spin anything. But that episode today with him on No Jumper, it was horrible. He showed his hand, and I am so thankful Adam did not give him any slack on that interview.
Yeah, and that's why we broke it down the way we did. Adam definitely held it on him and asked him a lot of questions that had him fumbling.
He did. Well, you keep up the good work, and I'm listening.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I appreciate all y'all that rock with me. You hear me? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. SBGB TV, it's a live call-in show. State your name, where you calling in from.
Oh, peace. This is your girl, Tanika Cox, calling in from Phoenix. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, Tanika? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm loving what you're doing. First of all, salute to that. Salute to everybody in the chat to be having me going. I'm just calling in because I love the content. This dude is wild as hell. I'm not even going to try to break any of his wildness down, but I do just want to say all he does is double time. He tells one lie, he backs it up with another lie, turns around and bends another lie, and then he thinks loud talking over the cats that he talking to helps defend the lie he's telling. Talking about being in all these indictments and never being brought in on something with 300 hours and 17 murders. That just proves you a rat. You know what I'm saying? That's like you sleep in the bed with crime every night. Crime is fine as hell. But you don't ever have sex with crime, nigga, you a liar, man. You a rat. That's how you keep getting out of all of this stuff. And I can't wait till, I believe you, my brother. I think that that No Jumper indictment is coming, and probably even a Clubhouse indictment is jumped, because this dude has been going a long time. And if I don't see him get picked up in none of it, I know you a rat. But I just wanted to say that, my brother. I appreciate what you got going. Take care, man. Peace. I'm back to the chat.
Appreciate you calling in. SBGB TV, it's a live call-in show. State your name, where you calling in from. Hold on, let's Tana. We're gonna get Tana back on here. Hey, SBGB TV, Tana, it's a live call-in show. What's happening?
And I'm calling from LA, and this is Tana. I just wanted to, so everybody know. I was just calling to tell you, keep up the great work and keep breaking it down so everybody can understand, like a 6'4" Chevy.
You know it.
And you're doing a great job, okay, DZ? For real.
I appreciate you. Facts.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Have a good day.
You too. I appreciate all y'all that rock with me. You hear me? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video, man. The line is open, man. We're going to be here for a little while longer. Let me know how y'all feel. The line is open. On and cracking. You hear me? Straight up. But we done revealed them. We peeled the mask back. You hear me? We peeled the mask back. We know who he is. And he's a stone cold liar, man. Straight up. Stone cold liar. You hear me? Y'all see what it is, though, man. Appreciate y'all. All the people that been rocking with me. We continue to break this thing down. And from how we see it, now he's trying to spin the narrative. And I don't really think at this point he's going to be able to, because we're not going to allow it. And there's more people that's listening over here at SBGB TV, and we're going to continue to break it down. Straight up. Letting the people see what it is. And we gonna go ahead and push him on out, man. Facts. We gonna push him on out. We just gotta keep working. You hear me? That indictment for No Jumper is coming. That fight outside of No Jumper is coming. Trust me. And I think that the feds have already said something to Adam about it, right? And Adam already said that when the feds come, he's giving them all the tapes. Straight up. I'm giving them the tapes. I'm not ruining my relationship with them people. So, you know what it is. And I don't think that they just came for the motherfucking cease and desist letter. I don't think so. I think it was more to be said, you know, because they put that situation inside the complaint. So, y'all know how I feel about it, man. And I've been breaking this shit down consistently, letting the people know what it is. And we just gonna keep it a beam, man. You hear me? Facts. And I appreciate all of y'all. You know, definitely justice for Marciano, man. You know, and I'm sure, you know, the people, you know, let him know what it is, because I've been holding it down. You know, I know he probably watching. We definitely holding it down. I seen Jay Reed in the chat earlier. You know, it is what it is, man. We gonna keep delivering this shit. We want to make sure Wack knows that we on it. Straight up. We on it. We ain't stopping. And we gonna keep grinding and delivering. You know, and the line is open, man. Let me know how y'all feel about it. You know, we here for a little while longer, you know, before we come back to the late night show. 12:30 a.m. East Coast time, 9:30 p.m. West Coast time. So make sure y'all locked in with your boy, man. Because the grind don't stop. You hear me? Make sure y'all locked in. Hitting that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Straight up. You hear me? And y'all know we just keeping it a beam, man. Wack try to spin the narrative, man. Straight up. Wack try to spin the narrative. You hear me? It didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Nah. At all, y'all. At all. SBGB TV, it's a live call-in show. State your name, where you calling in from.
Yo, this is Tony Touch calling in from South Carolina, homie.
What's going on, my guy?
Oh, man, just sitting here looking at your show, man, enjoying the show. Yeah, man, them boys in Cali, man, they really out doing it this time, man. Like, and Wack, the boy Wack, he talked himself into the situation, you know? It's like he couldn't accept just being a average promoter or businessman. He had to add that extra street macho shit into his livelihood to make it seem like he was bigger than what he was. And the feds gonna show him that ain't nobody bigger than the program.
Facts.
Word, man. Y'all be good. Stay up, man, and keep doing what you're doing, fam.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree, man. Wax time is coming. You know what I'm saying? We on our way to 9K subscribers, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Share this video. We on our way up. Facts. From the grind. You know what I'm saying? We on our way up. No cap, man. I think we break this boy's character down to the T. You know, ain't no fooling us at all. And all the people that been rocking with me, you know, I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. Facts. And we're going to continue to keep going hard. We locked in. I appreciate y'all. Stay locked in. It's your boy Deezy. You already know it's not about the setback. It's about to get back. Nah.